Hello, hello. You might notice something different. There's no green screen. There are actually a couple reasons for that. One, I wanted to take us back to basics 5 years ago because it's the 5 year anniversary. And two, we've got someone coming over next week who's going to be staying here. And I figured let's just take it out now and make do. Really opens up the room, I got to say, not having an artificial barrier halfway through the middle of it. All right, so it's a 5 year stream anniversary. Yeah, wow. Um, Unfortunately, Adam doesn't have anything special planned for today. He's just going to work on migrating botland. Regarding the job hunt, there are absolutely no updates from the last like 10 days. Yeah. Still waiting to hear back from Google about Team Magic. All right. Yeah, so here's the command. I don't have this running. Hopefully that's not going to change the microphone volume a ton. Yeah. And that might not have made it through. So last time we had worked on, did this work? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, last time we'd worked on trying to get everything set up through Docker. I don't think that's a good idea to keep pursuing that route, even though it might have worked. I think we're going to try to just get everything running directly on the box. And there's still a lot of work to do with that, and I'm really not super motivated for this work. And this is what made me debate on whether I should do any of this on stream. So I guess I'll use today to figure out, hey Mac, I'll use today to figure out whether I'm going to continue to do it later. So I think that's what today will be. Probably like 3 to 4 hours of trying to get Botland to run on Azure. And if it's going great, then I may continue. Otherwise, I may not stream until it's done. Or until I just cancel it. Hey, Goose. So either one of these could be the case. But yeah, I think the rest of the work for this is going to be pretty tough to do. Yeah, I'm not sure what all I want to do. Yeah, 5 years. I know. I really should have done something for this. I just, I just haven't been feeling the motivation to work on this Botland work, and I feel like the stream doesn't have much to it right now. Like I had been working on Adam Learns, but I specifically don't want to do content like that unless, well, I don't know. I guess I could always go back to Blender. That was pretty fun. So yeah, I think we'll dive in. So what do we have here? Change tactics to just getting the code to run directly on the VM. Yeah, and if I'm going to run it directly on the VM, I mean, I guess I shouldn't serve it with Webpack. I should still have some server. And I said what I was going to use for that, except I don't remember where it is. What did I say I'd use? Yeah, I could go with Vercel serve. Okay, we're going to do that then. So cancel this. Well, you don't have to cancel it actually. Vercel serve to serve it. And we can install that globally, right? How does this work? I should probably SSH into that machine. Yeah, just globally add it and then serve a folder name. Okay, well, doesn't sound too bad. Alternatively, I can install it in the client. Regardless, I gotta log into Azure. Hey Jack, how you doing? All right, give me a sec, doing this off screen. It feels so different in this room for some reason, even though I can't tell what's behind me, but I think my voice is echoing more. I think that's what it is. Glad to hear, Jack. Glad to hear you're doing well. All right, let me see if I can SSH in this machine, do a bunch of stuff. Probably should have. Oh, what's the dynamic IP? Do they set up? What? Hang on a second. Let me do an NS lookup here. I'm not sure if this is working the way that I think it is. US2 address 192.168.1.1. Okay, that's not good. That's not what I want. I need the IP address of this. I'm doing pretty well. Like I said, I'm definitely burned out on this task. This task is not fun, and it's not even necessary really. Oh, this machine is offline. Why does this keep happening? My VM keeps deallocating itself. I wonder why. Huh. Classic keeps shutting down and deallocating itself. Scroll down and find operations. Check to see if auto shutdown is enabled, then adjust the setting. Seriously. Find operations. I don't know where that is. I'll have to search for it. There it is. Okay, now auto shutdown. Yep, it's enabled. Okay, well, that makes sense. I wouldn't have expected that, though. By default, auto shutdown is enabled. But it can be turned off via operations, auto shutdown, enable. Did I get a haircut? Yeah, I did. Hey, Aragorn. It's like Windows auto updates. I think the reason they probably do this is to save you money, which if that's the case, it's kind of nice of them to do that, but I'm pretty surprised. Yeah, I see. Yeah, interesting. Okay, well, I'll turn this off. I'll save this and then go start up the VM again. Thank you, are cool. I feel like while this is 5 years, it's almost like it ended a little earlier than that. I mean, granted, I am working on Botland again, but that's just a coincidence. But yeah, the last 5 years have been really, really interesting. I'm glad I did it. And I wonder what the future will hold with streaming or with YouTube or anything. I've been watching some people on YouTube, not even doing programming. I've been watching Hearthstone on YouTube. And it's still inspiring to see people who stream, let's say like 2 to 3 hours a day at most, or they just put together a video, maybe it's a 20-minute video, and see them gaining audience members. And I think they're just doing something they presumably like, and they're sharing it with the world, and the world likes it too. And this is the one time I feel like build it and they will come still kind of applies. If you're doing something for your hobby, you're doing it well enough. For me, I always had another goal with the stream. There's a big difference between like Hearthstone for streaming and something like programming for streaming, at least for me, which is that here there is an output that can be monetized. And for Hearthstone, you can't sell anything in this game. You can in other games. If you're playing like CS:GO, I think you can sell skins and stuff, right? But like Hearthstone, you can't sell. I guess you could sell an account maybe, but that's pretty rare. So yeah, but for programming, of course, you're making something, and that was always my goal. And monetizing the output, it wasn't like that was the important part, but still, there's a big difference between streaming games a lot of time. Hey Guru, hey Zatron. Well, thank you very much. Hey Edie. Yeah, and so from this point of view, when I said the whole build it and they will come part of this, I guess people did show up for the stream. I don't think that really was true for Botland. And also, I didn't expect it to be true. I feel like the gaming market is saturated and has been now for a while. And so for me, I wasn't ever just doing this because I loved to do it, not the streaming part at least. It was always because I thought like, oh, this has other benefits for me. So I'm kind of envious of the people who did this just because they found it fun. But this is where I still feel like the grass is always greener has bitten me time and time again. And if I haven't written that down in my overall learnings, I should definitely write that down. Yeah. Even with streaming, I was envious of people who streamed just because they wanted to, not because they thought it was best for their product. Why is the window behind you not sealed? Yeah, those lights are moved. Inspired me to start creating my own. I feel like I'll learn more. Nice. Yeah, I think that's great. Really, these are the kinds of things that I think I'm glad I got to learn were even helpful for people, and then I got to share them and then actually have them be helpful for people. Was science and tech section popular back when you started streaming? Remember, this is the 5-year anniversary, so I started exactly on September 8th, 2015. And back then, there was no science and tech. It was... Oh man, what is going on? Like, Postman keeps taking the focus. There we go. Command, I think it was game dev? Or maybe creative? Yeah, so when I started in 2015, for about 3 months, there was a game development channel. And that's where I was. And then as of January of 2016, they made the creative section. And then I don't think there's a science and tech command, but I think they started talking about tags. Yeah, September 26th, 2018. Yeah, there's nothing under creative anymore. So there were 3 different categories I streamed in. It was game dev, followed by creative, followed by what we're in now. And yeah, the rough dates were these. No green screen? Wow, this is weird. Yeah, no green screen. I originally thought, oh, should I put up all the same light control stuff that we had before? Then I realized I only really have 2 lights in this room anyway. And even then, I don't even know how obvious they would be with these studio lights on. Oh, I guess I could just turn those off. Yeah, I guess it's still apparent. I can't actually control them this way. Let me try changing them on my phone. Let me see. How obvious would this be? Not that I'm going to throw together a server just for this. No, it's not really obvious. It changes the wall color behind me. Yeah, it's not really obvious. It's because of the white balancing. I have to turn off the studio lights. Thank you, Untied. Hey, Bears. Didn't they have a category called programming in between creative and science and technology? Yeah, they did, although I never tried streaming in that one because game dev made the most sense. And then once everything moved to creative, I just was streaming there. Excuse me. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, I was trying to connect to this VM and I had to wait for it to start up. But now it's online and now we should be able to go connect to it. Hey, Angry Apple. I gotta get the connection command for this. Yeah. Okay. Which means I need my username that I can't remember. I guess it's Adam1353. So SSH-I. I gotta remember where the PEM file is. I don't know where I put that. Oh man, where did I put that? Excuse me, man, I'm moving a lot. You want the specs on that water bottle? I got them for you. Do you think you'll have the time to stream once you start working? Having the time and having the energy are 2 different things. I'll probably have the time. I don't know if I'll have the energy. I don't know what I would be doing. Angry Apple. And the video's so clear. Check out the webcam, which I think is in that spreadsheet. But no, it's on a DSLR. Okay, so how do I connect to this thing? I don't have the SSH command typed out, do I? No. Yeah, I mean, I know how to run the command. What I don't know is where I put this PEM file. There it is. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I'm going to do this off screen. Give me a sec. This will still take some time. There's a lot of finagling I need to do. And I think I had this typed into a buffer and I just closed all my buffers. Key.pem. Okay, good. then Adam13531 at, and then the domain or IP address. Okay, so this should work. Let me go try this. Yes, good. I'm in. Can't you use SSH config to store your credentials? I'm not sure how that works on. No, yeah, I can. Even on Windows. Yeah, I can. You're correct. Is there a help page for all the bot commands? No, I have more than 500 commands in chat. And when I had a page that listed all the commands, people would just start typing random ones. And it would spam like pages and pages of chat because of how many there were. So instead, I pretty much just leave it to when someone asks a question and I have a command that answers it, I use the command, or chat might know it too. Also, I don't know if I said anything Turbo Dave, but thank you. Here's to 5 more years. Can you imagine what that would be like? Oh. Okay, so we connected to the machine. Now, the reason I had done this is so that I could figure out how to run these things. All right, so let's close out of this. Let's go to, ooh, these colors are terrible. Let's connect through this one. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay. These colors are much better. So Botland packages client. So we could try to run Webpack in here. There's likely a command for this, except for I want to run the production version, which means I need something set up for gulp for this. A haircut, that's right, I finally got one. It's such a stark difference. Yeah, Genuine disgusted that. Well, it's just so unreadable. All right, so I use gulp for this, and I want to not use deploy assets to S3. All right, so let's open up the gulp file. Yeah, no green screen. I'm not going to have a green screen for probably the next couple weeks. In fact, I should probably change the green screen command. Yeah. Did I write anything about auto hotkey? Control Alt-N. And set the green screen command back to normal. Adam ditched the green screen for on September 8th, 2020, just for a couple of weeks. He's going to have company over and they'll be staying in the guest bedroom, which you know as the streaming room. Does that mean you're bringing back the lights? No, I was just showing, I put this light stock here and I had turned them on and it's not really obvious. If I were to turn off, let me show you this. If I were to turn off the studio lights, you'd see how much of a difference there is in how this room gets lit, right? First, now it's behind my head, so it's not lighting me up. But then if I were to change the color, then it'd be super obvious. So now it's like a very clear blue effect, whereas before it was not at all obvious. But no, I'm gonna turn these on. All right, now we do this. Wait for it to white balance correctly. Yeah, that's pretty good. Hey, Romania, it's going on. An interesting experience to walk into someone's bedroom and see a green screen. But the problem is, I mean, you can see the bed right behind me, right? This is not very far back. I am now touching it. And when there's a green screen right in the middle of that, it makes it very difficult to maneuver in this room. Oh, hey, they have the icon for the gulp file. I wonder when that happened. So what I'm supposed to run is everything except for deploy assets to S3. So what is this part of? Publish to AWS. So I want clean deploy dir, minify and license code. Just those two things. And then that's it. Oh, so I can just copy this out, right? Can you run them in parallel like that? Or it can't be in parallel, in sequence? I wonder what happens when I do this. Let's just try it. I'm not actually sure what this even attempts to do. I should probably look it up. Hey, honey badger. Yep, it actually works the way I want it to. Wow, cool. Let's write that down. To build the client, npx sculpt, just like that. This will take some time. I'm not actually too concerned about that. And then we need to serve it. That is something that should be modified directly through here. So I want to install this as a dev dependency. So maybe we add, how do we add this? Serve dash dash dev. Thanks, Curious Drive. To me, I feel like this is kind of an arbitrary milestone, which granted, I feel like a lot of milestones are pretty arbitrary when it comes to streaming. But that I managed to stream for 5 years, I feel like I shouldn't be celebrating that. I should celebrate accomplishments. Does it mean relocating? No, it shouldn't. Hey, Otter. All right, well, we're just waiting for both of these things to finish. This one's apparently done, so now we should have a dist folder, and in the dist folder we should have everything. Yeah, there it all is. Okay, well, not bad. Now let's see if this thing finishes. We are making progress here. Granted, this way is much easier to make progress than the Docker way that I've been doing. A lot of build things that I'd forgotten about. And like I said, I think we were pretty close. Yeah, very. How's it going? So now if we do npx serve dot, that's it? Serving? Oh, wow. So if I go to this and then go to dist, where's dist? There. Yeah, nice. Okay, now this won't load everything. Why is that? Cannot read property sprite sheets of undefined. Connection terminate. Oh my god, I don't want. Oh, man. You're at the table flip Terraform. What's wrong? And I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, I think I'm doing pretty well. I don't know. This stream is a little precarious because I feel like if I face enough difficulties on this stream, I'm just going to quit. So hopefully that doesn't happen. This can't be right. This definitely can't be right. What does this button do? Yeah, this is what I want. There we go. That's correct. Thank you, Smurf. Okay, so we want this, and we want this. Yeah, and thank you too, Rudimental. I don't know how much configure packages you need on the server, but you could use Ansible or Chef or Puppet to provision them. Yeah, I've used Ansible. The thing is, I didn't want this to be like a very long set of steps. And granted, I guess I can still use Ansible or something for a small set of steps. But yeah, first I want to just figure out how to even get this set up. Streamer quits on 5-year anniversary. I'm not going to be quitting. Oh, I see what you mean. Like quit this task? Yeah, that could happen. That could totally happen. Hey, Sean. Hey, Leander. And hey, Professor. Happy 5 years of talking to us internet weirdos. It's been a good time talking to you internet weirdos. And I could do, so Romania, I think I could have just done this actually and just typed /dist. I think it would have served that one up. Which now this should open up directly to a green page. Yeah. Hey, Draco, I should do a marathon stream. I think the longest I've ever streamed has been something like 10 hours, and that practically kills me. So I don't know how people ever do 12 or 24-hour streams. Will it be 6 years? I don't think so. The other thing I think is that, I mean, let's say it's been 5 years now of relatively consistent streaming. So I never went longer than like a regular amount of vacation in between 2 streams. But let's say I were to take like a 6-month break. When it's September of 2021, can I say, oh, it's been 6 years of streaming? Like, I feel like that's not really fair at that point because I would have broken this part about being relatively consistent. Got a job at Google. So I have not actually been given an offer or anything yet. That when's the 5-year anniversary of that? I don't actually know. I don't know when you, let's see. When did you follow? How do I get that? I wonder if this command even still works. Okay, 2018. So it had to be 2023. So just wait for that. So we have serve. We're going to need this. I'm going to check this in, this and this. Add Vercel serve to the client's dev dependencies. There we go. Took a break for a month or however long when you were working on the billing thing too. Yeah, I guess that's true. It's a good point, Major Lift. But still, I feel like there was pretty good consistency. But yeah, if I were to take like a 6 month break, I think that'd be very different. Hey, it's Draco with a K. Man, I wonder if I could do this. Yeah, I can. Yeah, you actually both followed in 2018. And thanks, chicken. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping to hear back this week. It's always kind of rough when someone says you'll hear back by blank, and then that blank passes by like a long shot, and you still haven't heard back. So, but I emailed last week, and they said, yeah, this last week was super busy for them. Hey, Hunter, you followed earlier. Okay. How can you see when you followed? There's this command for it. Yeah, the followed command. Okay, so I checked this in. Now I need to pull from over here, which I might not be able to do because... No, that worked. Okay. So now I should have this. And now if we run yarn in the client, we'll get serve. Hey, TS. And hey, Ultramar. Thank you. Yeah, you can click your own username, actually. That's true. Yeah, the default Twitch client has it there. So if this works, then all we'll have is serve, but there will be no way to verify. No, we could use curl. I was going to say, other than I need to, what's it called? I need to update the inbound networking rules on Azure in order for this to actually get served anywhere. And even then, it's going to have all the wrong links and everything. I guess if we get to any of the coding changes today, that's a pretty good task for the stream. And we should be able to get to them. I can't imagine this part's going to take that long. All right, so this is technically kind of done here. So to build a client, we run this. And then to serve the client, we run npx serve dot slash Axios client dist. Hey, Tomahawk. Hey, Hopsy. I stopped using Sublime. Hey, cool. Okay, it's done. So if I do just serve, it shouldn't do anything, right? Yep. But npx serve dot slash disk. What is this doing? Installed cannot copy to clipboard. Oh, interesting. Okay, there, that's it. Okay, so then let's try running screen. And then do npx serve dist here. And then open up a new screen and do curl localhost 5000. What does this print out? Oh, it worked. Okay. I mean, I don't, that's not really all that impressive, but still, that's nice. All right, good. So get this configured, make sure I have a reasonable deploy process. We'll probably have to do that toward the end. And you know what's probably the best test is if I were to delete everything. In fact, just wipe out the VM completely, restart the whole thing, and then maybe at that point automate some of this stuff. I'm not sure. You're able to watch Twitch more consistently, started finding more streamers. Yeah. I think I signed up in like 2013. And back then, I think there was a ton of discovery for me because I mentioned this the other day, but I was watching speedrunners' final videos before that. So you wouldn't get to see any of the process or how they practice. And I was watching commentated StarCraft matches, but again, I wasn't watching people like play StarCraft from a first person perspective. And so anyway, a lot of that was pretty interesting for me and seeing all these old games and that I hadn't played in a while. And then it turned into a whole lot of watching like a set amount of things. My favorite speedrunners, Hearthstone, whatever. And now I find myself hardly watching Twitch at all. And I'm not totally sure what changed. I think with speedrunning, people stopped setting world records in the games I watch very frequently. Whereas back then it was like once every week or two, then once a month, then once every couple months. Now it's like once every 6 months or something. Fall in the same week. Wow, yeah. Hey, Proxy King, and hey, Blueberry King. Got both the kings in here today. Yeah, that menu is my favorite menu in Windows. Windows key period, Windows key semicolon for anyone who doesn't know. it pops up this menu. Who doesn't want to type a ton of emojis? So make a news item saying the game will be offline. This is something for me to do later. Make sure I have instructions on how to build the required Docker images. Let's cancel that. So set up SendGrid and code changes. So basically, at this point, what I should probably try to do is get an instance of Botland running. I need to install a database for that, though, and I need to tell everything to connect to that database. Oh, man. All right, so I guess I still need Docker on this machine just so that I can get the database running. Is that even a good idea? Or should I just install MySQL directly? Do we have anything running in Docker? No. Hey, Fumble. Well, I guess as far as our database goes, we have a couple of options. Option number one is run MariaDB in Docker, and option number two is run MySQL the regular way. Thanks, Proxy King. I already have the Docker version working, so I guess we should use that. But how did I run? I guess that's it. Hey, Mr. Vara. So how did I start this? Because I should have written this down. Oh, please tell me I wrote this down. Oh, man. No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. Well, it's not that hard of a command to come up with, but I will need to come up with it again. Oh, nice, Draco, with a K. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I don't have the command anymore. I'll have to go figure that out. So let's do this. No, let's not even do that. Let's go figure it out from over here. Because I need to do something along these lines. And possibly also set an env. Oh, wait. This is actually the command. What am I doing? I did write it down. It's right here. Oh, okay, so can we just run that? Driver failed programming external connectivity. Bind already in use. What? The only way that could be in use is if it was running. It's not running. Or docker ps-a. Oh, okay. There's a way to stop all of these things. Hey, Balsa. Docker stop. Stop an entire stack. The stop hash or image name. Docker stop MariaDB. No such container. It's not image name. You can't do that then. I think I meant hash or container name. But I would have just copy pasted this. Just look at Docker stop all. Docker stop like this. Unexpected token. Is there not supposed to be a space? Ah, there we go. Okay, I'll write this down. Stop all containers. Okay, great. So Docker PS should show pretty much nothing running now, right? Still looks like this is running. Seems like that didn't actually do anything then, huh? It's 0B. Yeah, no. Weird. It's like it didn't stop that. Let me try running it like this. This says created. Huh. Yeah, I'm just using Docker. Yeah. Do I back up my data and images? The data right now is being backed up in AWS, and they're handling backups. So I'll need some way of doing this on Azure. Actually, I don't even know if I care that much. Created but not running. Oh. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, I don't plan on using Azure Container Services. I'm just going to run this all on one VM, I think. So if I start this up again, we should not get... Oh, man, we are. Actually, how does it even make any sense? Because this port can't be in use if this machine wasn't even running beforehand. Oh, unless... Oh, darn it. I'm thinking what's going on. I don't think I uninstalled MySQL correctly. Yeah, it's still running. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, so how do I uninstall this the right way? There's a way to, I guess, like apt list packages. I think it's, yeah, apt list dash install. Okay, great. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna grab dash I MySQL, and we have MySQL common, and then that. I wonder if we can. I wonder if we can just remove this. Then again, this isn't really gonna help me. I'm gonna remove it anyway. Is it a systemd Linux? I think it should be, yeah. I don't know if systemd is there, even on non-systemd Linux is. So next, I want to close it down, and I don't know if I have this written down, but MySQL Linux stop service. It's either systemctl or systemd. I never remember. Service command up on. That's the Windows way of doing things, right? No such file or directory. Maybe because it's been deleted now. Hang on a second. Yes, dash A. All right, so if I start this now, will this work? Hey, we got it. Okay, cool. So yeah, that was the problem, is that I had this automatically starting up. And now this should be fine. So now I go back to, I guess I'll just rename this one something like MariaDB in Docker. And then over here, we need to start up all of the other services. Except I wanted to do this in the production way. And I wanted to do this, I guess, per endpoint. How about we just start with the overseer? Hey, Crucial. This is Conemu, which is very similar to CMD or Commander, however you pronounce it. Well, we have start here, which would require this to have been built, which probably was not built. No, it wasn't. So there is a build command, and that should exist for all of these, I guess. Yes. Yes, and one more. Yeah, okay, good. So all four are there. I just need to run them. Build all four endpoints for production. Set, I guess we should say like export node-env equals production. Actually, I could just do this. And then, yeah, cd in each directory, overseer, matchmaker, account server, game server, and run yarn build. Okay, so node-env equals, wrong tab. Node-env equal production. We're gonna try just running this one. Yeah, actually, there's no build process for any of this, is there? What am I doing? Because they're all just copy commands because of how I used to run this in Docker. Hey, Crows. Thank you. Hey, Ramy. Yeah, you figured it out. This is just a green screen image behind me. You got it. Actually, this is making me realize that I had moved my camera. I used to be centered so that I'd be sitting like over here, I guess, right? But that's wrong. We're not going to do that anymore. I guess I could just move the camera a little bit. There. That's pretty good, right? Yeah, that's more or less centered. I'm not going to worry about it too much more than that. All right. So did any of this do something more explicit than this? Run create dist to make dir p. No, nothing really did. Well, this one kind of did. Yeah. No one's buying this after last April Fool's. I'm really not doing anything special though. I don't want people to think that. I had to say that on April Fool's that I wasn't going to do a joke because I had to throw people off the trail. But there's no reason to throw people off the trail today. Yeah, the lights are gone because when there's a green screen covering this, those lights weren't casting light on anything. And it's not like we use this for anything other than an office. This is our guest bedroom. Oh, and if you're curious how the interviews went, I still have the job hunt command. I haven't updated it because there really is there's no update. Okay, yeah, we've got a billion code changes, but before we even get to that, I'm gonna say try running the production services, or try building the production services for Botland. All right, I think I built one of these. Yeah, I did. And now we just do yarn start. And it should run and it should connect. It's probably gonna have an issue. Yeah. Okay, so there's gonna be a million environment variables I need to do. Hey, Mama Dev. Okay, run production endpoints. Yarn start in each directory. Hey, Realityo, thank you too. So I was saying this just at the beginning of the stream. I don't feel like this is a real milestone, just making it to 5 years of streaming. So I do appreciate it. I wanted some acknowledgement of it, but I didn't really do anything to celebrate this. So I feel a little bit bad. But I have you guys to thank for even being on Twitch for this long. Who knows what the future will bring? I'll probably tone down streaming quite a lot though. Ultramar, highlighting your message. Mamba, you can usually if you're in the regular Twitch client, you can just click your name. I should probably update that to say that you don't have to even click another link. Let's try building the production services for Botland. So we got the build part of it working. I need some way of running this so they don't go offline, and I could use PM2 for that. Do I have that written down already? No, I don't. Make sure PM2 is used for this. Well, thanks, Journey and AI. Yeah, I think one of the things about Botland that made it kind of tough to watch as a project is that, for one, it lasted like 4 years, and two is that I never did anything to try to make it more watchable. So if I had to work on automated tests for like 3 days in a row, it'd just be automated tests for 3 days in a row. And some people were naturally going to say like, cool, I want to learn more about this. And other people would be like, all right, this is the worst. I don't want to watch this. And so there was like a 6 month span where I was working on just DevOps for a while. And this is something I was thinking about quite a lot, actually. I think if you're working on any sort of back-end programming, that it's harder as a viewer to understand what's even going right when things are going right. So it's like I run a command here and you might see that it starts up, but it's hard to follow, wait, why is this not starting up? Or what was that error? How did I get over it? Whereas when I'm working on front-end development, it's very easy to be like, oh, a button is there that wasn't there before. Oh, and now I can click the button and it does the thing it's supposed to do. Oh, and now this site's online. And there are a lot of easier to follow tasks. So yeah, I think the people who stuck around for 5 years were probably not sticking around for watching the code. 82 is a claim to fame. It actually is, given how many. I guess that's what you're saying, is that it shouldn't be. 82 should be like the number of projects there are out there in total. Okay, so we could try making some of these code changes. There is quite a lot to this. And I think this is what's going to be the most interesting part of the stream. Now, I wrote a note somewhere about all of the configuration of Botland. Where is that? Here it is. Look at this. This is going to be potentially very tedious, right? Let me see. Can I copy all this out of here, or is this going to mess up the formatting completely? It's probably going to mess up the formatting. Yeah, that's good enough, I guess. So all the TF vars, what are these used for? Medium password. Yeah, darn it. You need to make it somewhere. Uh, yeah, yeah. These need to make it somewhere. And I'm going to be running this differently now. Oh boy. All right, we'll try building production services. I mean, I guess that was easy. This is just yarn build, which granted I should have done this everywhere, so fine, let's do it. Account server, yarn build. These shouldn't take too long to do. Yeah, this is going pretty fast. Okay, that's done. Now we go to the matchmaker. I just want to make sure none of this messes up. I highly doubt it will. Yeah, all that's fine. Okay, great. So that's done. It's just yarn build. But then set up environment variables. This part is it's gonna be so annoying. So I can't really do that on stream. I guess let's just save that for later then. I'll write this here. Figure out environment variables for all endpoints. 2 days after your birthday. Hang on, we need to look into this. Happy belated birthday. If I put things together correctly, this was very recently. But yeah. Hey, Mega. You're going to get Adam's black book. That way I can wish happy birthday every year. All right, so we're not going to do this. I think we're just going to get to the code changes. I'll do all this stuff later, I guess. Well, this is going to be tedious to do. I'm doing pretty well. And send it 2 days late. Hey, that's what happens. I'm not going to write down everybody's birthday in my calendar. So I guess this becomes offline work as well. All right, well, I guess let's get to these big code changes then, huh? So I should just delete all of this. Ooh, we should actually just go delete this entire thing. What am I doing? Where is Botland? Is this it? Yeah. And where did I put this? Packages shared. Docker app. Here it is. Delete that. Goodbye, code. Okay, so with that gone, we can now revert both of these. And then what are these other changes? Are these worthwhile? No, and... Oh. Should I do anything about this? I'll just do the cheapo thing here. Let's just copy this to another directory for right now. There. Okay, now we can delete both of these things too. Thanks, Visitronic. All right, now we gotta get serious. We gotta open up Botland's workspace, which I don't even think I have anywhere. Do I? No. I don't. Unless it's in... Well, I guess we could just search for workspace commands. Although I doubt I saved any of these. Dir start. What is it called? Code-workspace? Actually, don't remember what the file extension is for this. But I would have put it in here. Yeah, code-workspace. Okay, are any of these in here? Is there a command to know the font I use? Yeah, it's the font command. Hey, Reformulate. Thank you. So I don't have one of these. I might have saved it somewhere else, but I guess we could just reopen this. So let's do, is there close workspace? Yeah, close workspace. And then I want to open this. And I think we can just click this. No, it doesn't work that way. It's add to workspace or something. Yeah, this. This is what I want. Botland add. All right, hopefully that works. Let's find out. So what did I even want to go look at? First, we need to update the to-do. Look at this. Here it is. Oh yeah, this stuff. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it worked. Great. So we have lots and lots of code changes to make. Lots and lots. So we got to start by making it so that the primary and secondary systems don't run for the overseer and matchmaker. Oh, so much to do. So I run this in dev, whatever it's called. I run dev star. If I run this in dev, it doesn't need the secondary running. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to take a long time. Because I need to make a production version of this that doesn't really run with the old production rules. All right, well then let's get started. All right, anything that required that was on AWS, which came from here. Where is it? This is literally just whether an environment variable was set to true. Yeah. Was an environment variable that was set to true when we ran on AWS. So now I guess what we should do is just say like is production and change everything that way. This is gonna mess up big time. Oh, big time. All right, I have cloaking on right now, so I can't even see this. Is anything here private? No, it isn't. Okay. Well, let's change this to is production. That is a big water bottle, but it's nothing compared to this. So get rid of all AWS specific code. So replace is AWS with is production. Maybe now is a good time to split these into environment variables that indicate what behavior we're actually getting out of this instead of just having one global is AWS flag. How many times is this even used? Not frequently. Send emails cannot be true unless it's AWS is true, since emails are sent through SES. Oh boy. Yeah, I should split this up now. Yeah. Yeah, that's the right way to do it. So that's how we should do it. Okay, so then we're not going to replace this the way that I just said. None of this is private. I don't care about showing that. I do need to care if I ever showed the production version of this. So we just got to go through gutting everything. Yeah. Hooray. Well, let's turn the toggle secrets thing back on. There we go. I don't accidentally show anything. All right, so is AWS should go away completely, and everywhere that we needed it, we will need to. First of all, this isn't. Yeah, this isn't used anywhere else. Anywhere that it was used, we'll need to replace with another environment variable. So yeah, let's start. Let's just go through them all, huh? All right, so get the AWS region. That should just be gutted. Oh man, this is gonna be a beastly commit. These services use AWS specific infrastructure. Yes, they do. And I could have abstracted that out a little bit so that it was just like, hey, send an email or something. But there was enough that I always thought like, yeah, whatever. I'm on AWS. If I'm going to switch, I'll switch at some point. And I had no plans to switch. So I didn't abstract it out in the way that would have made it even easier to pull this code out. But honestly, even if I had, I think there would still have to be a decent number of changes here. Putting the components into Docker containers and stuff like that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna gut all this stuff. So is AWS should just go away. And I'll write a list of variables that need to be gone. List of environment variables that I deleted. So is AWS, hey Metalstorm. So we're gonna delete this. And then all references to it. And this will take a good chunk of time. Serialized to JSON, we don't need that. Okay, so that's gone. Now is AWS. I want to start with this. No, where is it? I might have deleted it already. All right, cache Twitch request. Oh yeah, is this even a feature I'm gonna have anymore? Right now, if you click streams, it shows my stream in the streams tab. I don't know. I think we could just get rid of this tab completely. Yeah, it's not like anyone's ever going to be streaming Botland anyway, right? Yeah, what a shame, though. Yeah, I think I should get rid of that tab. So I think we should turn this off. Yeah. Thanks, Zachariah. Well, I'm sad about this because anytime there's a feature that worked but that doesn't have a reason to exist any longer for a completely different reason, it's always sad to remove it. A lot of work went into this. Hideo did a lot of work on this. And it's working. It's just there'll never be a need for it anymore, right? Like, for one, nobody streams Botland. So the only stream that would show up would be mine. And two is I'm not really going to be streaming that much anymore. But even if people were streaming Botland, do they really care about finding it through this? Probably not. Have I made a copy of my BL folder? Just for your eyes only? I've got a branch that doesn't have these retirement changes, if that's what you mean. What am I stressing over today? Hey, Flat. Well, in order to put this online for everybody to use, I'm just debating on how much code I want to gut here. And I was just saying the feature I want to gut is this whole streams tab, I think. It'll just never show anybody in it. Yeah. So all this stuff should go away. And Dorn. Thanks, John. All right. I guess let's delete it. Yeah, let's delete it. And list the features I disabled in order to. So I guess like. Yeah, let's just write this over here. Transition to Azure. Is this even? So I guess I'll say environment variables that I deleted. So that's one thing. And is AWS should be there. And then we'll say features that I disabled or deleted. I'll say Twitch stream tab. Rationale, no one was ever really streaming Botland. But at least I showed in that tab. However, I won't be streaming as much anymore. Hey, Bats. Wait, everyone start up a Botland stream. I don't think this is the sunk cost fallacy so much. I think the true sunk cost fallacy is something like, I spent 5 days on this, so let's just spend 6 more hours, even though it doesn't make sense at all. This is just, I feel bad because I spent 5 days on it and because it's totally fine. But yeah, it has no use anymore, so we have to get rid of it. The fallacy would be continuing because I spent time. This is just a sunk cost. Hey, Voice of Grog, thank you. Oh, stream cut off for me. Hard code the streams to always you. Well, part of what's happening here is that it's actually contacting Twitch to figure out if I'm online and then asking for my view count and whatever category I'm in and the language and whatever else. So if I hard coded it to me, I still need to have it checked to see if I'm online. And I'm saying I want to gut even that stuff. So I think we're going to get rid of that too. You're saying I don't need to check, just put the link there? Yeah, I guess. I'll probably just get rid of it. By the way, this is just a shirt. This isn't a jacket or anything. All right, so where is this stuff done from? And then what happens here? Set up Twitch APIs caching. I could just have this return false, return promise not resolved. Yeah, I guess we could just do that. I'm disabling, that's the easiest way to do this. I'm disabling this even on production since no one's streaming Botland and I don't plan on streaming much myself. Yeah, I think this is the better way of doing things. So then I also need to stop this on the client. So we need to figure out where that came from. Streams. And there it is. Okay, so render here. We had make tab button. We're just going to delete this. And then stream title isn't needed. And then stream count isn't needed. And technically we don't need to plumb this through anywhere. But I doubt I'm going to ever come back to this. I mean, I guess we could go look up stream count. Yeah, and we could delete it from all of these. But I don't think it's worthwhile to do. Okay, so now that tab should no longer exist. Yeah, I should probably start up all these things. For those things to finish. Okay, go to localhost 3000. This might take a little bit of time to do. Yeah, because it's got to start up. So all I wanted to check is, did I disable this correctly? I probably did. I don't know when it'll be done. You gotta wait for this thing to finish. Just says wait until bundle finished. I'm not actually sure how long this used to take. So I don't know when I should start worrying. But everything else looks like it started up just fine. Hey yo, how's it going? Is it gonna finish? Huh. Yeah, huh. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so now this should load. Come on. Good, cool. And we log in. It says servers appear to be offline. Is it actually offline? No. Did I delete that user by any chance? Did I? That's weird. Select star from users where name equals Adam. No, there is a user there. Was I banned or something? Something's fishy about this. I click this button, it doesn't work. And it says get item template of null. ID 144. Oh my god, I know what's happening here. Oh my god, I was making a nuke item before I stopped, right? And 144 must be the last item I never coded. Yep. That's what happened. Or not a nuke item, a self-destruct, right? That's what we were working on? I must have been doing that in a branch. What's this code for? This is for a game called Botland. Oh man, okay, so we gotta go delete that item. Select inventory from users. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so update users, set inventory equal to this, and just delete the nuke or self-destruct where ID equals 1. There, done. Now we should be able to log in. Cool, fixed. Okay. Whew. And yeah, the stream tab is gone now. Cool, so all that's done. Not bad. So you're able to log in. We got rid of the streams tab. Now I got to go back to getting rid of the AWS region stuff. Let me find out where I was even searching for that. I guess let's just close out all these things. Uh-oh. I closed one tab too many, didn't I? No. Oh, okay. That was worrisome. Nice Shovel Knight. Yeah. Yeah, I think Unity is really good. I was using Godot recently too. I think it's pretty nice. All right, let's go back to this. Is AWS. What other ones do we have to get rid of? Pretty much everything. I mean, this isn't going to be easy. When not on AWS, allow a single overseer to run and just assume that it's the master when we can't reach the other one. So allow auto promotion always. Yeah, so features I disabled is secondary, matchmaker, and overseer. Rationale, I don't want multiple processes on the same machine running when I can just use something like DM2. It made sense when they were in different Docker containers on different machines. Always allow a single overseer to run. Okay, let's keep going. Just keep deleting them. All right, what's this now? For critical errors, this function should eventually send an email out. Yeah, and it does. But on AWS, if it didn't send emails, then it just closed. I think this is quite a pickle. What should happen on a critical error? Probably the game should go offline, and I don't want it to send me an email. Do I want to send me an email? I don't think I care. There are going to be a lot of tough decisions to make here. I do need some concept of is production. Yeah, I need some concept of that. I can't just delete it completely. That way, in development, we don't try to send emails, I guess. Hey, Dan. Yeah, an auto restart will happen because of PM2. I guess the process.exit is probably, maybe that's all we keep it with. Just process.exit. So emailing on overseer crash, rationale. I don't want to get spammed with emails. Hey, Leftist. Yeah, still no event. It's just off screen. Actually, it's kind of on screen. You can see that wooden table back there, and that's blocking it. All right, there we go. Now we don't need this anymore. Okay, that's one more of these. Gotta just keep making these decisions. This I'm gonna hold off on. That one's gonna take a long time. Let's come back to that in a bit. Okay, so AWS region, we definitely don't want. So this should just be deleted, which means I gotta go look through this. Okay, let's start. AWS region, what do we use this for? So we get rid of this, get rid of this. That's gone now too. And then the only place we used it was here in set AWS region if we're on AWS. Okay, easy enough to delete. It's fine. So now it's gone. Yep. All right, still making progress. Now target group prefix. Where's all this stuff? Can we just delete this? We have to delete it. So it doesn't matter if can we delete it. How will we delete it? Target group name is another one of these things. This is the target group that we're using in the load balancer. This is only needed in Fargate right now because there's no way to expose the public IP directly. Yeah, apparently now there is a way to expose it, and Perry was telling me, but that didn't exist at the time. And so we needed this here, which this whole function is going to go away at some point. But it should be pretty obvious that a function like that's going away because it doesn't have AWS in the name. No, but let's write that down then. Yeah. All right, so this goes away too. This whole thing's gonna have to go away. Maybe we'll just comment it out for now. Delete it all in a bit. Let's keep going. What else do we have? Load balancer ARN. All right, we delete all this too. And then we figure out where we're using it. Same thing, this function. Okay, cool, done. Keep going. Gotta keep on trucking. So hosted zone ID. What's this used for? Is it that same function? No, create DNS CNAME record. What's this for? Unpromote to master. Well, there's only going to be one DNS record for this, and we don't need to do any of this anymore. In fact, I think all this code can be deleted. Yeah. Yeah. There's no DNS update. We just cut this all out. Okay. Yeah, goodbye. Bye code. Now async is unnecessary. So much. Flights are so cheap right now. Yeah, flights are cheap. The last time I flew was just before coronavirus. I think it was what, January or February? I went to California. I don't know how much money I paid, but I was looking at tickets recently. Yeah, it's not very expensive. All right, so SNS notification, or SQS notification Q URL. Where's this used? This is only used by the periodic notifier, which we're going to need to shut down completely. Yep. Shut this whole thing down. We're just gutting code left and right here. All right, next is SNS game updates topic. What was this for? I don't remember what this is even for. I probably wrote it down because I have notes on everything that I took here. Central CI variables. Should be in here. Maybe TFR, SNS. Oh, it's so hard to search for these things. SNS game updates topic. I don't see that one here. Huh. That's weird. Where did that come from then? Game updates topic. I don't even have that here. It's only on AWS. Oh, I know what SNS is. I just don't know what I meant by game updates topic. I think this is for a feature I never once used, which was posting notifications to people when the game got updated. Hey, C#. My Nintendo SNS. Yeah, there's also a test notification topic. I bet neither one of these things is being used. And I've done a pretty shoddy job at keeping track of which environment variables I'm deleting, haven't I? Oh, that's not good. Okay, so AWS region for sure is one of them. I have that written down. Hey, Saxton. AWS target group prefix. AWS hosted zone ID. Load balancer ARN. This, and presumably this. Trisket. All right, we're just gonna cut these out. Yep. Okay, so this goes away and this goes away. And now this whole thing can be deleted. And now we search for these. And we figure out where are these being used. One is there. Publish notification. Publish Android game update. Yeah, I don't think I ever used this. Wow. Okay, well, let's write that down. Publishing game updates on Android. Rationale. I never once used this feature to begin with, but it needed SNS for notifications. Yeah, so this whole thing should just be gone. And all of this should be gone, and this should get deleted as well. Okay, yep. Well, so, okay, part of the reason why this is getting deleted Yes, it was never used, but part of the reason why it was never used is because the iOS terms of service actually explicitly forbids you from using this. They say that you can't post updates about your app through a notification. You have to post them in the App Store. And presumably they do that so that you're not getting spammed with notifications about, like, there's a new update. Now, whether or not iOS apps actually follow this or get reported for it, I don't know. But I read through the massive terms of service that iOS has, and this is one of the 2 or 3 points that actually affected me. And once I learned that, I realized, okay, well, there's not really too much benefit if we're only going to publish this to half of our mobile users. So I just never did it. Hey, JWL, and thank you. You always get Ignorant involved. YAGNI. All right, now what's this one used for? Publish test notification. I think this one actually was used every once in a while, but obviously it's not very important if it's got a name like publish test notification. So we can delete all of that. And those are gone now. Yep. Cool. Let's go back to this. Okay, SES can be used from outside of AWS, but the real issue is that set AWS region needs to be called for it to work. Send emails cannot be true unless AWS is true, since emails are sent through SES. Critical error email address is ever used now? Where do I even save this? Okay, and the periodic notifier, and that's it? Nothing else. Okay, well, that's something. Yep, apparently they're all just asserts here. Yep. And then this is the only spot we use them. And we only use them here when I wanted to send this, which I never want to do again. These emails have been spamming me every single day. I coded this thinking, man, it sure will be nice to watch these numbers rise. Critical, let me spell critical correctly. Critical error emails from the overseer. They were only used in 2 spots. Notification reports and crash report. Yeah, so I guess we're deleting all of that. Oh, what a shame. Let's put that on this list. Yeah, what a shame. Goodbye code. All right, well, that's gone. What is RG and how's it opening into code? So RG is something called ripgrep, which is like a better form of grep, and I'm control clicking in my terminal to be able to open these things. So if you were to just type a message, by the way, like this message isn't anything special. It's just in the right format to know that this is a file. So I could make up a file name here. And whoops, I shouldn't have put a backtick in there. I can make up a file name and it'll actually no, it apparently does know that that's a file that exists. Okay, well, I guess it is a little bit special. It's not that JS file association. It's that it's just a file on my hard drive. Like if I typed overstate Q, for example, it knows that's not a file on my hard drive. What tool gives you the clickable links? That's just Conemu doing that by default, I'm pretty sure. If it is a setting in here, you'd have to find it, because I have no clue where it'd be in this menu. This is a very, very difficult to search menu to find these things. Yeah, it might be an appearance. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where it is. This is what usually happens when you look at your code once again. Why is it even here? No, these things made sense. I mean, that one part about the game update topic, that had the intent to be used originally. Then, like I said, I found out that it was against the terms of service of iOS, so I couldn't use it for that, and then I just didn't use it at all. But a lot of these things, like even this, I know why this code is here. It's doing some very important stuff. It's just, it's no real reason to have it anymore, I guess. That's not by default. Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks. I think what you're looking for is this, Argus, and there's no update on it. the today command also mentions that. I should hear back today or tomorrow, I'm assuming, maybe by Thursday. I don't actually know. It'd be very weird if like the team matching phase happened and they're like, "Yep, sorry, just no one wanted to hire you." That'd be pretty sucky. And I suppose that's possible, but I think it's unlikely at this point, at least. Oh yeah, no problem, Marcus. Okay, so we got to keep going through this. Let's keep doing it. All right, get other overseer port. We just assume the other overseer is going to have the same TTP port. So when this was running in a Docker container, this made sense. We're not going to do this anymore. But there is going to be no other overseer. But sure, let's delete this. Actually, his AWS isn't going to exist anymore, so it doesn't really matter. Now what's this? Matchmaker just became master. We have the overseer update DNS to point at that particular one's IP address. Ah, wonderful. Really is wonderful. It's amazing any of this stuff worked, by the way. So many particulars, so many ways that Amazon got better as I was coding this. Hey, Yuva. All right, this whole code's going to get gutted. I'm going to leave that for now. What's this? Get other overseer host. We run an ECS with service discovery, so we can use the internal DNS that Fargate updates for us. That's impressive. Now, what's this? Process.m.server service index. This just represents whether overseer is 0 or 1. This does not have anything to do with primary or secondary. Instead, it's just for differentiating between two otherwise identical endpoints. Keep in mind that while this currently represents a number, it's still stored as a string. Well, that's going away too. Cool. Yeah. What a shame. What a shame. Yeah. It's all gone. Now, does service index exist anywhere else? Oh, you betcha. You betcha. What do we use this for? Matchmakers also had this concept? Oh, I'm gonna have to gut that too. Get rid of service index from the matchmaker. Service index. Yeah. Why migrate to Azure? I've got it in the Azure command there. It's just that it's free. That's all. Service index. Okay, so we get rid of that. We get rid of it from everywhere, really. What is this? Only overseer 0 will handle outgoing connections, and number 1 will handle ingoing connections. Maybe this was a dumb idea to delete. How's Academy going? I haven't been working on it since the job hunt started, which was in June. So really, I only worked on it from February to June, and in that time, it did well, based on what I was hoping for, at least. We set some monetary goals that I think were unachievable, but I think the total revenue right now is sitting somewhere around $1,880. Well, like I said, that's not bad. It's not like you can live off of this kind of money though. The only sales that I make, sales are almost entirely through Twitch at this point. And it's almost all for one course, the development efficiency course. And this kind of taught me a little bit too about this. The other two courses are on Godot and Firebase. These are both pretty niche topics. Godot probably more so than Firebase. Although, yeah, they're both kind of questionable. But development efficiency, I think this one was really interesting that it sold as much as it did. Yeah. Also, I'm starting to drop frames. God. Streaming is just... Hang on, let me set this up such that it's aligned to this. There. So it'll block some things on this stream at least. There we go. Remember, that's revenue. It's not really profit. Should I delete this service index stuff and should handle outgoing connections? I basically don't want this concept of outgoing connections anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I think if I did mainstream stuff, it would definitely be better. I think a React course, I probably should have prioritized something like that if I ever get back to it. I went with Google. Oh no, I don't actually. I haven't heard back anything from them. So basically, the way that, since people have been asking about this, the way that team matching works is Google says, okay, we'll hire you, but we don't know which team yet. And then they put a bunch of teams in front of you and they say like, oh, hey, we're team A, we work on whatever, Chrome, right? Team B, we work on Google Cloud Platform. And then you say like, all right, does this match my cultural expectations for this team culture? I mean, work culture, that sort of thing. Does it match those expectations? Do I like the work? Do I like the technology? Whatever else. And if so, then you go with team A, you go with team B, whatever. You get to pick at that point. I have not actually heard from these teams yet. So last week was apparently very busy for teams at Google. And yeah, so I think this week I should hear back. Yeah, where are the lights? I deleted them. They're gone. RM Light 1, RM Light 2. AC Mario. Yeah, so should we delete this too? The concept of, yeah, this. Note that I don't even care if this works in development any longer, so I'm deleting service index related code too. Am I going with Google? I'm leaning toward Google right now. I don't know. All of this depends on them actually finding a team that I like and that likes me. So the first thing I don't have a say in whether there's a team that likes me. So like I said, there's whatever number of teams at Google, and it might be that like B wants to work for you and like whatever C, and that's it. And a lot of the other, however many teams there end up being, that just two of them actually want you to work for them. And in that case, then yeah, you have a choice to make. But let's say you don't like either one, you might not actually go with a company. And also, let's say none of these existed in the first place, and none of them wanted you to work for them. Then yeah, I think that'd also be tough. With that said, I don't think that's how it works. I think if I were a team and I knew someone made it through the hiring process and they're like, look, we need an engineer who's this level of engineer, then I'd be like, cool, let's hire him. Let's figure out if they're a good fit at least. Where's the Kappa Claus sticker? I don't know what that is. I think it's got to be in the closet. All right, so should handle outgoing connections. We got to delete this concept as well. This, I think, we still have Kappa Closet. You know it. Reopen close tab from the right click menu. Wait, I have that. Do you not have that? Reopen close tab? I probably haven't updated Chrome, but it's there for me. Also, those are the kinds of things where I imagine even if it was gone completely and I worked on that team and I had to say that I probably still wouldn't have really too much sway in doing this. No, on the tab itself, not on the bar. Huh. Yeah, okay. I think that's not there for me, I guess. But do you find yourself frequently wanting that? Is right clicking the bar or just pressing Control Shift T bad? Because the nice thing about Control Shift T is that it's a left hand only macro or shortcut. There are some shortcuts like Control P that are much harder to press with your left hand unless you move it to the other side of the keyboard completely. But at least this one, it's pretty natural to press anyway. That's what I always use. How'd the interviews go? The interviews went well. Yeah. Hey, really. Okay, so I guess I should delete this, huh? And should handle incoming connections. Yeah, I should delete both of these things. Let's go see where they're used first. It's all literally only in this file. And it's for making a set interval call and for, oh god, all the handshake stuff. That's right. Hey, Quando, thank you. It's really difficult for you to type with just your left hand. You know what might make it easier? There's a piano trick, which is press two keys with one finger. Oh, you're on a different keyboard now, though. I was going to say on a regular keyboard, you could just use your pinky for control and shift at the same time. And then it's just pinky, pointer finger. Yeah, but Ryan was on a different kind of keyboard where it's probably like 2 different thumb keys and a pointer finger key, I'm guessing. RSI in his wrist uses dictation of code now. I always wonder if you were to specifically make a keyboard, or no, not even keyboard, like a typing setup, some input method that tried to reduce your wrist strain. Because for example, if you were to treat your hands like just 2 fingers, so you could press like a key here and you could press a key here, that probably wouldn't cause wrist strain, right? Because you're not articulating your fingers or moving your wrist too much. In fact, you could just treat them like DK bongos or something, right? In fact, we already have the answer to this, I guess. It's just the DK bongos. That's all we need. Yeah, there we go. Just use these as your typing method. So anyway, if you had these for your hands and you had 2 foot pedals and you use something else, I don't know, like elbows or something on some levers over there, you'd have 6 different inputs. So with 6 inputs, you could technically type out everything on your keyboard. Just be annoying. Biggest cause of wrist strain is the pinky movements. Yeah, so that's another thing I'm wondering is like, what if you just used a regular keyboard but bound everything in such a way that you didn't need your pinkies or something? Eye tracker for the mouse, yeah. All right, well, I gotta delete all this stuff. Yeah, let's start. So we don't need this set interval. Ensure is connected to other overseer should just never be used then. Yep. Oh yeah, the MacBook wheel. I think I saw that video. And then establish overseer connection. We're probably gonna need to delete this too. Ear flickers. I think there's a Guinness World Record for how far you can flick an M&M with just the muscles in your ear. Or muscles around your ear or something, whatever. However ears work. And then check if other overseer has been offline for long. Okay, so this isn't needed. This isn't needed. And this should now be gone. There. Okay. Now this socket data handler, this isn't even gonna exist. I'm just gonna delete this whole thing too. Oh, there's gonna be so much that's gone here. Who do I watch on Twitch? I've really stopped watching Twitch quite a lot lately. I've been watching Ski Dog because he's been playing Super Metroid. And who else have I watched recently? Oh yeah, that's about it. I drastically cut down my Twitch watching when I had to cancel Twitch Prime because they no longer bundled in ad-free viewing. And then I switched to Twitch Turbo for a bit, and I realized, nah, I'm really not watching that much anymore. I mostly watch people on YouTube now. Because one of the things that actually, like, I watch a lot of Hearthstone. Hearthstone is so slow at 1x speed. So now I like minimally watch at 2x. On my phone, that's all I can do. But in the browser on my computer, I can set it to 2.5. And yeah, that's what makes it bearable. And skipping like long, there are some streamers, or like I guess they're streamers, but they post their videos on YouTube. Where I just don't like listening to them talk, but they're really good at Hearthstone. So I skip through everything that they say and just watch them play the game. So yeah, I don't think I can. I don't like Twitch as much as I used to. That's for sure. Yeah, when Left just stopped streaming, that's what did it for me. Right there. No one else, no other reason. Hey, Mantis. All right, I'm gonna need to gut this too. There's certainly a lot here. Let's get rid of these couple of things. So allowed message types. I'm just gonna delete this. And then this handshake end. Yeah, this stuff's gonna need to be deleted too. This is gonna remove so much code. Now, this code architecturally should not have existed when I switched to Docker, but it wasn't a big enough point. So originally, you guys want to know the history of this a little bit. We had this concept of an overseer and then a secondary overseer. And this was back when I was managing just individual VMs. And I didn't want to have to do too much for this. So the overseer was what was going to be in charge of provisioning new VMs for things like game servers or account servers. Eventually, I switched to using Fargate and I switched to using Docker. And when I did that, the overseer really had no reason to exist. There was a way of architecting this in such a way that it didn't need to exist to begin with, but it wasn't really a big endpoint. Well, when it didn't have to exist, there's a way of horizontally scaling so that you just provision new instances and that's it. You don't need to worry about pretty much anything else. There's just typically like a load balancer in front of a bunch of instances behind it, and any instance can handle a request. Maybe you've got sticky sessions or something from the load balancer. Doesn't really matter too much. But in my case, the matchmaker, for example, loaded everything in memory and had a very small footprint per player. So if there were ever like 4 million players, it still would have been totally fine. And it did this so that it could achieve very fast speeds. So matchmaking throughout all of Botland averaged to like, I don't know, 10 milliseconds or less. And this was across tens of thousands of games. So that was appealing. But as a downside to that, I could not horizontally scale the matchmaker. I needed to vertically scale it. And I never actually had to vertically scale it because we never had that many players. But if, let's say, I mean, when you know that something's, let's say it was always 10 milliseconds exactly, then that means that you can only handle 100 per second. So if you ever exceed that 100 per second, you need a more powerful machine. Or you need a new algorithm that lets you actually handle this across multiple matchmakers. I don't think coding streams will become more popular. Like I said, I think there's always this tension between back end versus front end, where I think in order to become a popular coding stream, you need one of the following. So popularity in coding streams. Either one, already be popular, or two is work on front end stuff. That's my guess. I don't know for sure. Maybe 3 years from now, someone proves me wrong and they're not popular to begin with, and they start working on back end code and they get thousands of viewers. But I highly doubt that's going to happen. I think it's pretty much you either need to have something that's easily digestible, in which case it's got to be front end, or you got to have some fame that you already pretty much built somewhere else. They all use the magnetic needles for coding? Okay, that should be fine. I wonder if they'll let me use a piano. Idea of building a Twitch bot won't work, you mean? I mean, this is where I know we're getting into Kappa territory here, but I think it's important for you to say what your goals are for even streaming in the first place. Otherwise, it's very easy to fall in this trap of just get more viewers, and that might not even help you with what you're trying to do. Thank you, Bokyo. You can do more than 100 at the bottleneck as IO, for example. I get what you mean. Yeah. And there were, I don't even know what this number actually was, but for sure, I know positively that 100 matches per second was not happening in Botland. And even if it bursted to that, let's say there were like 300 matches for 1 second, that's fine. Then 200 people might have a small amount of lag, like a very tiny amount of lag. And for most games, matchmaking takes a decent chunk of time. In fact, I think a lot of the MOBA kinds of games have matchmaking in the multiple minutes magnitude, which to me, that's kind of crazy. Even Hearthstone is sometimes upwards of like 30 seconds nowadays. Hey, Versace, thank you. All right. So we have got it everything but this. Handle handshake end better be on this. Yeah, it is. All right. So this is gone. This needs to be gone. Create server. Oh. I think we need to create the server no matter what now. No. This isn't needed at all, actually. This TCP server was only for other overseers to connect? It's not gonna, well, yeah. Oh my god, all this is going to get deleted. Socket endpoint. Create server. Did I tell what they asked in the interviews? No, I have NDAs for that. I can't talk about that stuff. What I can talk about is the stuff that's not under NDA. So coding questions, system design questions, and behavioral questions. This is the high level for how those work. And if you're curious about that some more, I wrote a whole blog post on technical interviews. but I can't talk about. I for sure can't talk about the specific questions that they asked me. So this took me a long time to write, but this is everything about the interview process. Might find that interesting. How long does it last? I don't know. I didn't even care enough to look. I just figured, nah, I'll just not share this with people. But it probably specifies like a year or something like that. Tell us what questions they didn't ask. Let me spend an infinite amount of time filling you guys in on this. Yeah, do you shower frequently? Hey, Jay. Actually, you're right. I don't have a disco light in the background. Let me go grab that really. All right, I grabbed it. It's in the disco light closet. Ah. Oh, sorry. This isn't a disco light. This is an LED party light. There should be a battery in here. Got it. Do you have an archive? If you go to blog.bot.land, that's a totally different blog, and that's got an archive of everything. Okay, now we plug this in. Yeah, so paranoid, those are the kinds of things I can't answer because of the NDA. So, yeah, sorry. So this goes in, what, this way? Nope. Oh, there's only one other way you can go. All right. I don't even know if this will be obvious. Whoa. Apparently I did not need the, oh yeah, you can't even see it. Right? Is that even visible? I guess it kinda is. Actually looks sort of spooky over there. Oh, because I have my green screen filter still on. Forgot all about that. Let's just turn all these off. Yeah, let me turn these lights off and see what it would look like. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, but then I need some light on me. I could, I guess, just aim this right at my face, just right up in there. Oh yeah. All right, so this is how I'll stream. Every time Adam does something, I feel like an April Fool's joke is starting. All right, you know what? I'm gonna stream like this for a bit. You guys are gonna have to deal with it. Who's that shadowy figure? Do you think Clash of Code? I've never tried Clash of Code, so I can't actually answer that. All right, so we're gonna get rid of create server. I guess set up socket handlers also isn't gonna be needed. And then this handle handshake start. You guys can't even tell what I'm looking at anymore. Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes. There's a bunch of buttons on this remote, by the way. See them all? See all the buttons, guys? Do you see? So if I press the R button, I was already on R. Let's press the G button. I can't read any of these. Flash? Oh no, I don't like that. Make it stop. How do I turn that off? Okay, there. What happened to the LED strips? We moved them into a different room when I was covering them with a green screen. How do you organize your files for front end? I can show you how I had these set up. So tree/f. Yeah, this kind of works. So here's my code. We have an entity component system on the client. We had everything in React and Redux, and then a bunch of actions under here. I wonder if I just do without the /f, that's just folders, right? Yeah, here's my front end. That's what it looks like. Yeah, you can throw the lights in the living room behind the TV. How did you know JWL? Should have gotten party hats on too. Oh, whoops, I'm not even in the right code anymore. Yep, okay, here we go, delete this, handle handshake start, we already wrote down. So now this is done. We're slowly making it through, but as we go through these, it expands to more tasks. So what's setup socket handlers do? I see. Handle other overseer promoted to master, yeah. Hey Stevie, and thank you. Yeah, so what Bokyo is saying is like the level of thing I could probably share, Paranoid. And that's all in that blog post that I already shared. So everything I can share is in that blog post. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So if you think you could benefit from that, I highly suggest reading it because I spent, like I said, like 6-7 hours just writing this. It's not that long too, but this is everything that I felt was worth sharing in here. I do suggest looking through that. All right, so setup socket handlers shouldn't actually be needed. In fact, none of this should be needed. Message types probably, no, message types is still needed. And then things like handle log message, handle ping. I guess all of these need to be changed, huh? What would Frou-Frou think? Frou-Frou's used to me doing really stupid things with lights, so she probably wouldn't think anything. But I think she's pretty busy today. Handlers publish replicated data. I don't know why that was so hard to say. I don't even think this is going to be a thing anymore because we won't have replication. Oh, hey, speak of Frou-Frou. Okay, there's your answer. She said, "Woo."
That's nice.
Yeah. You want to come celebrate?
What happens Friday?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it is too dark. Can people even see me? Frou-Frou wants to know. I don't think they can. Yeah, sure. Five-year face reveal. No, that's not gonna happen. All right, we're getting there. Slowly getting there. All right, replicated messages and publish replicated data. Yeah, this is what I wanted to write down here too. I will also delete replication of messages. So all of these replicated messages need to go away. Oh, it's gonna take so long. Anyhow, Crummer. And thank you. Yeah, follow age isn't a thing. Or at least not something that I'm gonna let you guys use. All right, so I really should turn on some light in here. It's probably gonna be annoying if you can't see anything. So let me do that. And I'll turn on the regular lights in a second so you guys can actually see. Yeah, so all these go away. This dot handlers also should go away. Yeah. So we're gonna delete this entire thing now. Goodbye. Goodbye, code. So now you're gone, right? Yep. Now handle ping. This is done in REST server. This isn't even gonna exist anymore, is it? Oh. What did create server do? Create JSON over TCP. What? Okay, I guess. Handle ping was somewhere else though. An API that the client can call unauthenticated to figure out if we're accepting traffic. Oh, this is actually needed. Oh, we can't delete this. Never mind, never mind, never mind. That's important. Okay. It's the other stuff that's not important. I love how Neochromer just completely ignored the message here. To check how long you've been following, click this link and then do not type the result in chat. Very first thing Neochromer does. I'm calling you out. It's fine as long as other people aren't doing it. Am I using AutoHotkey? Yeah. And I don't have all of the bindings available. I have some of them available. Do I use Material Bootstrap? No, I don't use either one. I was using, what's it called? Tailwind CSS. Yeah, the bot and myself were both still subscribers. So publish replicated data is still needed, huh? Yeah. Pub subtopics replicated data. Okay. Thanks, C17R. I'm dropping quite a lot of frames. And I wonder if this pub sub's even needed. What else is it doing? Subscribe, replicate, publish, connected to other overseer, critical error. That one's interesting. Critical error. Is that even still being used anywhere? Publish. There should be a subscribe or else. Yep, there it is. But does this do anything? Yes. Okay. So that's still needed. So we can't get rid of the pub sub. Yeah. But we do need to get rid of something else here. This. Yeah. So anywhere that, well, I guess it's not called anywhere now. Only sound, video froze. Yeah. Like I said, I'm dropping a lot of frames. It might have been that. Refreshing should help. There is Fiata. All right, we got some here now too. This needs to change, huh? Oh boy. I think we can just delete this entire thing. This is called whenever data is replicated from the other overseer. Yeah, this whole function is going to go away. Subscribe on replicated data. No, so delete this. Delete this concept. The bot is still a sub. That's just an automatic process. This is in the matchmaker. I shouldn't delete this yet. Or maybe I should. I don't know. I'd like to keep this all contained to just this if I can. What's this? Okay, that's fine. This is deleting the streams tag. Yeah. Okay, so replicate all data needs to be gone too. No, I can't really. I can't separate all these things out. What the current commit that I'm working on is kind of like take out primary, secondary system. It's cut out AWS specific code. And then there's a third thing that's going on too. Yeah, cut out any features that just aren't useful anymore. So I'd like to split these commits up then into their just the constituent bits of code that I'm actually deleting for this, right? So like this is one thing. And the only other thing we might want is, where'd it go? Here. So we say stage selected range, and then that's it. That's all we need to turn off Twitch stream, right? Or is there more to it than that? I think that's it. Okay. What's the process of noting down everything? Like, is it by time frame? Just notes of changes? These things are things that need to be deleted from the code base. That's why I'm writing them down here. And I'm only checking them off once they're gone. So if you search for this, for example, it doesn't show up. But if you search for this, well, okay, that coincidentally got deleted, I guess. But some of these other ones should still be there. Yeah, like this has a lot of references still, so I need to cut all of that. Yeah, the frame drop as a percent is rising significantly. If the stream did just die, yeah. All right, we'll check this in. Can't see the stream. Try refreshing. Yeah, frame drops, man. What are you gonna do? Okay, what else did I say that we're gutting here? AWS features and also the replication stuff. Yeah, you know what I should do? I should split this into just getting rid of the replication stuff. Oh man. So much to do. There are disco lights. I need to turn on a fan. It's too hot in this room. Yeah, I should split this. This is not good to do things this way. So what's all this? These are other things we just never needed. Get rid of some publish notification stuff. Service index had to do with the replication. All right, let's just keep cutting out replication for this and then just check that in. Yeah. Okay, so replicated data. This is a gigantic function. Yeah, and we need to delete the whole thing. Okay, well, let's get to it. So what do we use in here? Add endpoint. Do we still need that? Is this called for anything else? Yep, it is. Okay, cool. So we can't get rid of that. So then we'll just delete this. Now, what is this one? Promote to master. This one's probably fine. Yeah, this one's probably fine. That's questionable. There's still some promote to master code that exists even though it likely doesn't have to. I.e. the overseer shouldn't care what kind of matchmaker connected, just that one did connect. What am I working on? I'm working on migrating Botland from AWS to Azure. And in the process, I'm cutting out lots of code. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Vokio. This is probably hardly watchable, even for the people who have the stream loaded. I'm just dropping so many frames. But take care. I may or may not be streaming tomorrow. I think the schedule is going to be pretty up in the air. So do make sure to check the schedule command because I'll try to delete it from the calendar if we're not going to be streaming. So just for laughs, let's go look at what this is doing. What does this return? This returns an endpoint. Okay, so if we go to endpoint.js, we should find it here. Master state. And this is only used for the matchmaker. Yeah, so this shouldn't really be used anywhere. Where is it used? Just these two. What's this? There's one, and there's the other. Here, yeah, this should probably be deleted. Yep. Okay, let's keep going. All right, good. Well, we worked our way through this, so nice. Now this one, totally fine. Delete the whole thing. This one, probably, yeah, this should be fine. Yep, this is fine. I'm looking for functions that are only ever called when replicated, which doesn't make any sense because given that they were replicated, that means that the original must have also had to call it. Yep, all this can be deleted now. Good, cool, done. So does that handle all of this function? Handles it all in the overseer at least. Now the matchmaker. Just move this down to the matchmaker. Or let's move this up here or something. Hey, Mondo. Okay, what about this? Nope, we have not gotten rid of this. Subscribe to replicate all data to secondary. Is that still in this list? They close some of these many tabs I have open. My goodness. Okay, so let's just turn all these into to-do items. Subscribe to messages has this. Delete it. Goodbye. Now, where else were you used? Here, don't care. And 2 over here. So what is this function? Handle handshake, and that's going to be deleted. Yeah, so delete this. And then what's this function? Promoted to master? No. Handle handshake start. What? Why? What? Why was this code here then? It's on handshake end. Oh, I see. Oh, God. All right, so the handshake process let each overseer figure out which one would be primary and which one would be secondary. So if you already knew that you were primary to begin with, you'd replicate at the start. But if you became the primary in the handshake, then you'd replicate at the end. Yeah. So we got to go delete this code. Okay. All right, what else? This. Excuse me. Replicate should send emails. What's this? I don't care about that. I don't even know why this was here. Well, actually, I do know why. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, this isn't needed. Replicate shared variables. There's a function I just deleted that I think we should have written down on this list first. There. Now replicate shared variables. Let me take a look at this before we completely gut it all. Okay, go over to me to get rid of handshake. That's why I'm doing it. Set expected game server version. We don't even have a function for that anymore, so this should be totally gone. Good. That's gone too. This is not gone from the matchmaker. Matchmaker and beyond. Is all this stuff almost done? What is this? Matchmaker just became master. I think we can get rid of this whole function. Promote secondary. You call this function from a place where a matchmaker just restarted, so if we don't end up with a master by the end of this, then the new one could end up being the master, meaning there's no real issue. Most of the time, you'll specify false for this value. Okay. I think we want to delete this too. Yeah. So now we can look through all of these and hopefully gut this completely. No, it's all very intertwined. I gotta unravel this at the source. And so we'll have to figure out this function and where this is being called. Matchmaker failed health check. So if it was the primary, then promote another one. Otherwise, there's a critical error that a secondary one went down. I don't think this ever happened. Now, what happens if this failed a health check in this new setup? It'd be a single point of failure. What impact would that have on us? I guess what we could say, we could delete this and just have it be a critical error saying the matchmaker went down. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so that's one. Now let's find the other ones. So there's the function definition, don't care about that. This is just a log call, and this is the actual call we care about. Register matchmaker. So what is this? Scenario, a matchmaker registers itself here. That matchmaker crashes. That matchmaker registers itself again here. We determined that it already existed, so we know that it must have crashed before our health check failed. Man, I accommodated all these weird edge cases that probably never happened. but it was important to have coded because it might have happened. This means that we may have to promote a secondary if we have one to master. If not, that's okay. This endpoint will become the master. The first thing we do is remove the existing endpoint. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Well, I think we can just delete this code, and that's it. Yeah. And now we're left with just these two things, which we can delete. I don't need this. I don't need this. Is that? Nope, that's fine. This should be deleted. Endpoint error. Yep, all this just goes away. And now this can be deleted too, right? Yeah. Whew. Is this gone? Yep. It's okay if the definition of it still exists. I don't care about that. Although I guess we can delete them from there too, really. What do I care? Yeah, let's delete it. It's not needed. I don't know about this one. This one probably still is needed. No, it's a replicate call. Simple wrapper around sending this. No, thank you. Replicate all data. I don't want this to exist either. Goodbye. There's so much here. There's just so much. Yeah. Now this isn't needed. So this is gone. Yep. All right, one more done. We are making progress. Every line of code I delete. Hopefully the game still runs after this. So replicate to secondary. Where's that? Remove endpoint, replicate. Opposite of add endpoint. Does add endpoint have that same condition? No. Why would I have ever specified false for this? Right there. What is this? Don't replicate. In every other case we replicated. This is the one removal that we shouldn't replicate because it only happens as part of an addition. If we did replicate this, then there are two problems. Secondary overseer will never know that this endpoint already existed. Well, I guess we delete this entire comment and just delete the false here. And that's it. Hey, Mr. Halsey. How you doing? We are going through and refactoring a lot of code. So in running on Azure, or sorry, in running on AWS, I had some AWS specific services I was using. The list kind of goes on a little bit. And then also I was running 2 Docker containers for the overseer and the matchmaker. And that was so that I had a primary secondary system because I want to make sure I didn't have a single point of failure. And now I'm like, who cares? There's going to be a single point of failure because I don't want to run 2 services for these things anymore. So that's what we're working on. That's what I'm gutting all this stuff for. So now remove endpoint, which still needs to exist, just shouldn't have this replicate to secondary here. Good. Replicate to secondary, this should be gone. Okay, we got another one. Hey, Richie. And him, huh? What about this one? Also gone. Nice. Making our way through this. How's this one? Replicate shared variables, which should not exist anywhere, right? Just here, don't care. And now here, don't care. And now here, delete. All right. Oh. All right, this is a replication message and then save it to the database. Yeah, I don't care about this. And I also don't care about this anymore. Oh man, dropping tons of frames. I swear the percentage of frames dropped in the last like half hour must be 30 or 40%, maybe even higher than that. The percent you see here is over the last 2 hours and 10 minutes, which is why it looks like it's a small percentage. It's not really. Also, I'm going to turn the lights back on so you guys can actually see me. I dropped 8,174 of something, Doom. I can't hold all these lines. What is this for? Set send emails? I don't think I'm ever going to use this. Well, actually, I might. New room? No, this is the same room I've always been in. I just got rid of the green screen. Yeah, okay, good. So this is gone. What does a frame weigh? Each frame weighs 1 pound. Takes a very chonky carrier pigeon. So all of these look like they're gone. Yeah. Old room had a window. No, I mean, it does technically have a window, but not where you think it has a window. That effect that you remember as a window was just lights on the wall. A lot of people thought it was also a window. Let me show you. Just gotta get to the end of this playlist. Yeah, actually, I guess you could already just see, even in like this one, there's just some random video. Is this showing on? Yeah, so those are just, what happened? Well, that's weird. Yeah, those are just lights on the wall. So there is a window. It's over here where you can't see my left hand, but I never have it open. All right, so this goes to here. Show us the window. There's nothing interesting about it. Plus, it's closed. All right. Best part is I knew that. Duped by the old fake window on the wall trick. Right out of a cartoon. I bet Tim's real identity is Wile E. Coyote. All I need to do is paint a cave onto a mountain and then run into it. He won't be able to follow. So this is only used in what, 2 places? Yeah. And this handler was for socket data, which is going to get deleted anyway. Yep. Doki. What keyboard do I have? I have... Oh, thank you. Thank you, Endorn. People just see your head and disco lights in your room? You mean if I have the window open? And yeah, too slow. I'll get you next time. So delete this, I guess. Well, there is one other instance of this. Oh, wait, no, what? Tools. Searching through vendor code. I don't actually care about that. Oh, well, the window's not open, like I said. Oh, the blinds aren't open. I should have said it that way. The blinds aren't open, so no one can see anything here. This is done. These things should all be done by just virtue of having deleted all that other code. No, not this one. What's this? Handle handshake start. Set handshake finished. Socket endpoint. What is a socket endpoint? Oh, it's its own special thing, which probably has no reason to exist anymore. Oh, I already have it written down on the list. We had automated blinds in the other room. Would I still have that device? This device sucked. I don't think I have it. Not around here anyway. Yeah, so most rooms you've got, windows of like this size, right? And so if there are blinds here, then the automated blind thing would only have to raise something of this size. But where we put it was in our bedroom where we have a sliding door, which is much bigger and has blinds that cover the whole thing. And so this thing in raising the blinds would just go very slowly to the point where it took like 5 minutes for it to raise all the way up to the top. And then at one point it broke. But yeah, I guess we could have had automated blinds for the more reasonable ones. All right, so yeah, handshake star. Let's go continue to take a look through this. So set handshake finish. The socket endpoint entirely should just disappear, right? Or is this even used? Handle other overseer promoted to master. Is that there? Yeah, it is. There's so much code here. Anything else? Other overseer endpoint socket. I don't think we have written down. And I think also we want to get rid of this function. Yeah, promote to master. Anything else for not being able to focus for a long time working from home? I think there are a lot of distractions working from home. It makes it hard to avoid. And one thing that might help a little bit is change your environment even slightly. So for example, if you have a laptop, just try like sitting in a different position. Or if you have like blinds in your room, try opening a window. Even something as minor as that sometimes can trick you into feeling like, huh, I should be in work mode right now. I think in general, it's a lot of work hygiene stuff. Like, don't game on your work computer. Don't go on social media throughout the workday, those sorts of things. Yeah. Hang from your legs upside down like a bat. Become Batman. Is this here? Ensure is connected. Yeah, get dressed is actually an important and easy one. Master state, that should probably be done away with. New job, get all my stuff done. I just feel like I could be much more productive. Well, if you're getting all your stuff done, it's also possible you're just being too critical. I guess this all comes down to, do you feel like you've got work-life balance even working from home? Because I had a job a long time ago where I was supposed to work 9 to 5 and it ended up being like a very fuzzy like 9 to question mark and then weekends question mark, and it was very tough because at no point did I feel like I was giving it my all. So I was giving it my like half-hearted effort for way longer than I should have been. And I should have just contained it to 9 to 5. Also, hey, Goatee. What am I working with here? I'm working on migrating. So for like 4 years on the stream, I made this game Botland, and right now it's running on AWS. And I want to move it to Azure. And so I'm ditching a bunch of code in order to do that. And little things are things that just don't make sense anymore. Like there's this streams tab that shows who's streaming Botland. Like no one's going to be streaming Botland anymore. So this tab could just go away. Well, there's a bunch of code behind it. So I need to make a decision about what do I want to do about that. So there are lots of those sorts of things. And yeah, and then I'm also just dropping 1 billion frames, which you can see over here at the upper right. Just won't stop. Packets aren't in work mode, they're not dressed. Yeah, the stream will probably continue to just cut out. And this percentage of is really tedious. Why am I switching to Azure? I've got this here. The only answer is that it's free for me. If it wasn't free, I would not be switching to it. Yeah. Okay, so I've looked at this function now a bunch of times, and I keep finding things that are new in it that I need to update, which were all 3 of these lines of code. This could probably be deleted. This could probably be deleted. Take care, JWL. No AWS reps to give me credit. I mean, for me to keep Botland on AWS would mean it'd have to be free for the entirety of the time I want to keep it there. And I don't know why Amazon would just give me like thousands of dollars every year. Yeah. The frame drops just aren't going to end, are they? All right, this whole function can be deleted now. Yep, it's gone. Cool. Now where's handle, handshake, end? Set handshake finished. Where's that? I don't see it here. Fully connected on outgoing socket. Is that there? No. 2 master overseers detected. So many edge cases were covered. Wow. And then promote to master, I think, is already here. Yeah, it is. That's fine. That's fine. Probably. There should be a git, yeah. Okay. And then this concept. Yeah, nice. We can delete the whole function now. Oh, okay. What do we have? Like another 15 things we got to get through, and we're done with one endpoint. So I was saying though, there's a lot of work to do. So socket endpoint should be completely useless now. To the point where if we're going to delete this, I guess we're going to search for all of the functions that were in here, which are things like set handshake finish and is handshake finished. Is this already on the list? No and no. Good. Okay. Well, let's keep going. What about this one? Produced single overseer state error. Interesting. Connected to other overseer. Where's that function? On outgoing socket. Connect to other overseer for first time. Connect to other overseer on outgoing socket. I guess we'll rearrange these two. But I still don't understand. I guess we just don't need this. So it's gone now, right? Yeah, it's gone. And what's this? Set this to false. If true, we've already raised a critical error. I remember this code. Check if other overseer has been offline for long. Yeah, that's already on this list. So we can delete this. Connected, has ever connected. So delete all this code. And we have one left here. Cool. So this one's done. This one is done. This is set to true if we've ever connected to another overseer. This variable is used so we know that 2 did exist at some point. That way we know that whether to handle promotion or error cases. In production, we always expect to have 2. So this flag is mostly used for error cases. Okie doke, delete. That's quite a wait. Yeah. Yeah. Also, wow. I do not blame you guys if you want to leave this stream because how many frames have been dropped. This is crazy. Like my internet should be able to support this and just can't. But I'm not quitting this time. On other days, I would just be like, all right, well, I dropped too many frames, and whoever else is using internet in our neighborhood to upload is probably like, oh, cool, the connection cleared up. But not today. Their connection won't clear up today. Connected, connection state, not fully connected. I wonder if that's even needed. Yeah, as long as the sound is fine, because it's not like what I'm doing here is very interesting. Handle other one promoted to master. Yeah, that's already there. And what's this? This is needed. This is needed. None of this is needed. No, it's not on. Well, I mean, it could also be on your side, I guess. Well, ISP is promising more than they deliver. For, I mean, like the title says, this is my 5-year stream anniversary. Right up until COVID, this happened maybe like, let's just make it normal, like 5 times over the course of about 4 years. Then COVID hits and it happens practically every single day. And then eventually there were like ups and downs. But I know that it's just due to everybody being home from work. Maybe drop the 60 FPS. So I've tried a bunch of things in the past for trying to alleviate this. In general, like I've lowered my bitrate. I've tried variable bitrate. Actually, I don't know if there's really anything else I could have tried. But what's happening is that a lot of the times it's cutting down to just 0. Like you guys can't see the same meter that I can, but OBS shows me what it's streaming at, and it says KB/S, and it's hovering around like 2200 right now. But a lot of times it just drops to 0, and then nothing makes it through. COVID didn't cause that issue for you. Yeah, your ISP must be able to handle it, or maybe you don't live around a bunch of other like tech workers or people who need to share their video. Because download has been pretty much fine. But for upload to be bad means I think people are just screen sharing or they're just on conference calls or something where they have to share their video. So this doesn't even exist anymore, and this shouldn't exist. Yeah. Hey, Johnny, man. Is this gone too? Yep. The lights are back. That's just a disco light that I've got running right now. I don't have the hue light strips back there. And while I do have some hue bulbs in this light stock, I'm not using them for today. The shirt's not leather, no. It's just a very shiny material. I tried reducing all the neighbors' bit rates. Wi-Fi jammer. Now what you can see behind me that you haven't been able to see for a very long time is that picture. Reflecting the studio lights. But my wife drew that. Can I show you guys? Or is this not going to load? It's just not going to load. Thanks, Hekisty. Yeah, it says something went wrong. Here we go. Yeah. There it is. Alright, so handshake end. It says in socket data handler. It was already on my list of things to go delete. Yeah. Just gonna delete that and delete this. And handshake start shouldn't exist either. Connected to other overseer on outgoing socket. Yeah, this isn't gonna be needed. And ping probably isn't necessary either. That's not the word ping. Zap ping. Yeah, no, it's not needed. Now, this is used quite a lot. This is a shortcut to the other overseer. This will be set to the master if we're the secondary and vice versa. Yep. Don't care. So where else does it exist? Because it's all over the place, actually. This tracks our connection state to the other overseer. Is this written down? Nope, it's not. Okay, so I don't care about that. What is this? Connected on outgoing socket, so try to write some data, don't care. Write a JSON object and replicate to secondary. We don't need that. Is connected, where's that? Well, so deleting that too, I guess. Yep. Delete. Replicate to secondary should be gone. It's not. Nope, it's not. Subscribe to messages. This isn't even needed anymore. Initialize then isn't even needed. Should be considered to be part of the constructor. I want to make a separate function just so that the constructor didn't have a lot of function calls in it, and so the asynchronous code would go here. This should only be called once. Where is initialize called? Because that doesn't need to be done anymore now. I don't even see it. What? Oh, unless I called it TCP server. No, I called it TCP server. Nah, I don't care. Just delete this. Okay. So that's gone, right? Yep, that's gone. But we still have a bunch of these left. So make outgoing socket. No, it is not. Get other overseer port and host. Other. Nah, I don't need this stuff. TCP server port, is that even needed? Potentially. These aren't. Hey, Toulouse. Yep, just a green screen background. Couldn't put in the lights. How's it going? We're getting so much code. So I don't need this. Incoming socket connected. I'm doing well. This has been a very productive stream so far. Yeah, I don't want any of this stuff. Hey, Zammer. There's always this very, very faint what if about what if I went back to this code base at some point. I think it's so faint that I shouldn't even answer that question. Because a lot of this code I would try to keep in some way, but it'll just be in Git history. Also, I hope this even still works after that. I haven't tested this. I've made so many changes. Okay, so I don't care about this one. What is this? Outgoing socket closed. Do I have that written down? I don't know. Outgoing socket closed. Do I? Huh. Get socket destroy. Socket to other overseer closed. So many things to delete. Okay, promote to master. I don't think this is needed at all. I think I have this written down already. Yeah, I do. So we'll delete this. And we need to search for this too. So this is the final one, the final issue that we have to delete here. We can just get rid of it. Nice. Except for not what I meant to search for, but it's still nice. Okay, so make outgoing socket. Now we go delete this. Oh, we could probably delete the call to it easier than we can delete the definition of it. What does this do? Establish overseer connection. That's already here. Oh yeah, Enduring. You could just echo whatever messages you want through the bot. Did I write unit tests? Yeah, I've got unit tests. Although I probably don't have many about replication. Let's go find out. RG replicate. Where are tests for replication? Yeah, so the matchmaker had replication tests, but the overseer didn't. Yeah, so just the matchmaker had them. And it had a bunch of them, which are all going to fail now. Well, they're not going to fail yet. I haven't actually made the changes yet. But eventually they will. All right, so where we leave off, make outgoing socket. So this isn't needed. This is needed. Log new socket function. What is that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, interesting. It only would ever make this once. Neat. So there's this function here. Yeah, easy function. Log new socket function. JSON over TCP is probably not needed. Thanks, Zammer. Thank you very much. Yeah, next socket ID is not needed. Look at how much this list is expanded. It started with like delete this functionality, and these are all things that need to be deleted. And every time I go through one, I find another 0 to 3. So I don't need this anymore. Throttle log socket. Don't need that. Outgoing socket closed, already written. All right, I think we can delete this whole thing now. So make outgoing socket should now be gone. Goodbye. All right, nice. All right, how's this one doing now? We got a bunch of this. Connection state. What's connection state used for? Is it literally just this one file? Well, no, actually. There's also this one. What's this for? Oh, I remember this. Okay, yeah. I can delete that too. Well, we're nowhere near done then. Oh, this is already written down. This was just used by the overseer and for the admin rest server. Alright, just set this to not connected, I don't care. All of these should be gone. Get connection state. What was this used by? Just here? Other overseer state, what is this? Had a description? This should be gone. Connection state ID, delete this too. All right, we're making it somewhere. Okay, establish, I don't care about this. Is connected on outgoing socket. Literally only exists here. Socket to other overseer closed. There's really nothing to do with points anymore. Not really, at least. I gotta update a lot of that stuff, Gabriel. The time I find deleting code to be satisfying is when I rewrote it to be much better and I get to delete all the old stuff. That's the most satisfying. What I'm doing now doesn't feel satisfying because it's just requirements changed and now the old code isn't needed. It's not like it was bad. I like replacing bad code. I like replacing good code with nothing. Was connected. This is all going to be deleted too. All right, we have one left here, and that's this. And if we do this, we only find that one thing. Nice. Oops, oops, oops. How did that just happen? That means that this, uh-oh. Uh-oh. This means I deleted a curly brace from somewhere I shouldn't have. Control shift spaces and doing what it's supposed to be doing. Yeah, uh-oh. Wait, so what if I type like function foo, just like this? No. I think it should be fine. Okay, done with that. Not done with this one. Start time in single overseer state. What's that? This is just here. This is code common to both incoming and outgoing sockets. Huh, interesting. I don't need this at all, right? Check if other overseer has been offline for long. Yeah, that's still there. Okay, so this can be deleted. Goodbye. We'll just type the number 1 in there. Incoming socket and outgoing socket close. No. This one's not written down. Or at least I don't see it in this list. Hey, Benny. Yeah. Okay, I think we got it. Good. What about this one? Also good. Okay. Made some progress there. Now what? We got a few over here. Remote to master. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. And finally, don't care. Ooh, no, we can't actually delete this. It needs to go up to this list. That one's deleted. We're checking off items more quickly now. That's kind of nice. What's done here? Is this on the list? No. Set up socket listeners. Also not on the list. Close out of those things. Oh, that was actually a mistake. Oh, whatever. Guess this doesn't matter because it's already been done. Anything else that we need? Doesn't look like it. This code was written a long time ago, by the way. Yeah, that's finished now. Was connected, I already deleted. This I don't care. This I find unusual. I'll have to look at that later. This doesn't matter, this doesn't matter. And allow auto promotion. Hey Marco. I don't think it's fair to call me a Googler yet until I accept a job offer. Which, like I said, I don't expect to hear back from them until pretty much tomorrow or the next day, I guess. Like I said, the recruiter said early next week, referring to 8 days ago, or maybe 7 days ago. I guess those would both be early of last week. So either way, it's been longer than they'd said. But I don't know. Everything's probably fine. I'll just try to convince myself of that. Wonder how many lines of code I've deleted so far. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, look at this stuff. Zoom in. Lines removed. 532 from this, 321, 155. Now you might argue that, wait a second, you should never be able to remove that many lines of code from any file. And yeah, this probably could have been reorganized a little bit. All right, that one's done. That one's not done yet. Anything else? Nope, that's it. Just delete it. Make sure things are still cool. I pinged him last week on Monday, and on Tuesday he got back to me and said, like, hey, it's just a busy time right now, this whole week. And but yeah, actually, you're right. I should ping them today. I'll write that down. What did I stream for the last 5 years? So I streamed two things for about maybe like 4.5 years or so. Let's just say it this way. 4.5 years was Botland, which is what I'm working on today to migrate. And then for maybe about 0.5 years was a thing called Adam Learns. So Adam Learns is still online. I just haven't been adding content to it. But as an educational site, Botland is a game that I made that was discontinued in February. And now what I'm doing is migrating it. So it still runs and is playable. It's on AWS right now. And I want to move all of this to Azure. So in doing that, I'm gutting a bunch of features. But yeah, welcome to Stream Time Loan. Okay, so where do we leave off here? Incoming socket closed. That's been deleted. This one can just be deleted too. Yeah. Set up socket listeners. We don't even have anything now, do we? Socket data handler, I guess. Is that already written down? Yes, it is. Cool. And I guess we can delete this. Yep. Mention what I plan to do with the content on Adam Learns. The courses? I want to get back to Adam Learns at some point. This was like dream job territory for me, and I got to try it out for a few months and I liked it. And so I'd love to build out more course catalogs and write more blog posts, and yeah. So that's my only real plan for the next little bit of time, is write another couple of blog posts. And then yeah, at some point I want to make more courses. But this takes a very long time to make courses, even for content I feel that I know. So lots to do. But yeah, it's still going to be paid content even while I'm not working on it. It's still making money, so I feel like I should still keep it as paid content. This is done. The log overseer connection error, is that written down? No. Wow. But that only existed here, and now it's gone. All right, connected to other overseer for first time. What is this? It's a pub subtopic that I'm going to delete, right? Why is this in the periodic notifier? What does this do? Oh. Oh, I see. Because this, yeah, I see. I see how this works. Okay. Yeah, this isn't needed. We can delete this. And then we probably need to delete it from here too, but that's not as important. So nothing's going to set this up, so nothing's going to do this, but I think this entire file is going to get deleted. How do I switch from mouse to keyboard so fast? I'm not switching really. At least I don't think I'm switching. Like, I don't have my keyboard cam anymore. But yeah, my mouse has a bunch of buttons on it, so I'm using a bunch of things here. So when you see me navigate through code of like switching tabs, maybe moving windows around, going page up, page down, just closing a tab, saying yes or cancel this dial, there's a lot of things I do from the mouse. So deleting this isn't really necessary because we're going to delete this entire file. So deleting it line by line isn't important. So I guess we just ignore everything in this file. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Okay, so then that one's done. So yeah, we just said we're ignoring this. So then I guess we continue to ignore this. This we can delete. Same thing over here, except for this would have been changed. What's this function? This is going to be deleted too. And this. Cool, so it's gone, right? Yep. All these things we'll delete in a little bit. Allow auto promotion. All we have is this thing set to true, but it's never used, so it doesn't matter. Maintaining accountability and sanity as a lone remote dev who can't stream. I think what you're doing right now by being in someone else's Twitch stream is helpful for maintaining sanity. I don't think it's probably helpful for maintaining accountability, but for sanity, I feel like you need some sort of social contact. And so you can get it by streaming, by watching streams, by like calling your coworkers and kind of doing sort of an impromptu sort of stream or pair programming session. But all that's for sanity. I think for accountability, it's a totally different set of things. And I think I was just talking earlier about work hygiene and how, like, you know, still get dressed in the morning, still act like you're at work, you know, don't go on social media for extended periods of time, don't play games in the middle of the day. Those sorts of things I think are really helpful. Yeah. I think as much as you can separate out your two environments you have, because if you're working from home, most people probably don't have like two really good computers, right? So you might be working from your really good computer and then think, oh, well, this is the same thing I play games on. It's the same thing I use social media on. It's the same thing I just work when I have to. I think that makes it tough for your brain to switch into productivity mode. All right, this is not going any faster. I need to use the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Bathroom. There. Yeah, back. I'm back. Oh wait, what was that? It's all the Bing stuff that I never see. I guess that's loading even when I'm not looking at it. Yeah, Hishima, if you're interested in this, I did a course on development efficiency. And I don't know, maybe this is some kind of bias playing in here, but no one sent me a message after getting it saying like that was a waste of money. Everyone I feel who bought it got something out of it, and if they didn't, then they just never sent me any feedback afterward. So it's possible someone out there didn't like it, but I think in general people like that course. So connection state isn't even used here. AWS util isn't used there. Same thing here. There's a lot of stuff that's not used. Yeah, I'll have to write that down too. Go through the code. Ooh, I don't even know what I just pressed there. Because I don't know how I accidentally closed that and it wasn't a hotkey. Hopefully this still has... Yep, okay, good. Never mind. No harm, no foul. Yeah. So we still have a couple other ones, these. And none of this should be needed anymore, so this whole file can be deleted. There's an infra constant. So I think we just delete the whole thing. Why did delete not work? What? I have to click delete? That's weird. The thing is, there are probably people who didn't feel like they got too much out of it, but almost everyone who bought it, I think, would have found out about it through the Twitch stream. So maybe they felt like, oh, well, I know he's not trying to rip us off, so I won't write a negative review or something. But like, I don't know. I could benefit from all the feedback anyway. So if anyone out there is watching and like bought it and didn't like it, feel free to tell me. I'd like to learn how I can make it better. And we're gonna give you clues about your role or which kind of team you're going to be in. So at Google, the way it works, I think, is just that they don't. There is no team at the time necessarily. So they put you in front of a bunch of teams afterward. So no, but for Amazon, I knew ahead of time what I was interviewing for. So connection state is gone now, right? Yeah. All these other ones should be a little bit faster to go through now that they're practically empty. Yeah. What's this? This still exists? Yep, still exists. Not anymore. Oh, wait, still exists in one more place. Mock Overseer. I guess I should run the test when I'm done with all of this. Yeah. So what's this doing? Yeah, who knows? I don't think this is even necessary. I think this whole TCP server can be done away with. Yeah. But this is called something else. Oh, this whole file could have just been deleted? Okay. Probably delete the whole server, since server.js represents the TCP server. Did I ever make a blog post about my decision to look for a full-time job? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But the motivation is pretty simple to understand. So I was working on Adam Learns, and Adam Learns needed to make like at least, let's say, $100,000 per year for me to focus on it. That was almost impossible going into it in the time frame that I had, because I had maybe like 2 to 3 months, and I obviously couldn't get it to make that much in that amount of time. So yeah, that's why I started looking for a job. Where's the please type today message above my head? You mean that one? Yeah, people weren't really reading it, so I figured I wouldn't. If I have it up and then people don't type it, and then they ask me a question that's answered by the today command, then I get frustrated. And I don't get frustrated if people don't know that they're even supposed to type it. So I figured I would just do that. Hey, Chilaxathor. Any news on the job hunt? No. Unfortunately, no. I'll probably send a message today. Is it largely Windows focused? Could it be used for Mac and Linux as well? So the thing is, the examples are Windows and like VS Code and I think something else. What did I use? I guess mostly Bash. Those are the examples, but I think the techniques and just the general philosophy, I think applies to anything. Because really, if I were to sum up the whole course, it's identify what takes you a while and automate it. That's pretty much it. So that applies to any operating system, any program you ever use, even not even using a computer. If you're like, yeah, taking too long to do your grocery shopping every week, it's like you can't automate that, I guess, but you can probably find a better way to do it. Oh, no problem, Chilaxathor. That's fine. Yeah. So, yeah, if you don't want to spend the money, that's the easiest way. So check if other overseers been offline for long. What do we have here? Nothing. Okay, great. Delete. Anything here? Yes. So we'll have to move this up to the top. There, and then just fix the one that's in here. What does this do? Is handshake finished? Loads, nil, handler.call. Yeah. All of this should just be deleted by the end of this. In fact, this file is down to 150 lines of code. So this is gone, except for from the matchmaker. Now, JSON over TCP. This, again, is used in a very narrow setting. So we can delete this too. We can actually, we can remove it as a dependency. So if I go into the overseers package.json, we have JSON over TCP here, right? Yep. And that's just a regular dependency? Yeah. So yarn remove. Oh, nope. Gotta do it from the right folder. Okay, so that's gone. Now we need to move this up the list to where the matchmaker is. I shouldn't just drag lines, that takes forever. And this takes forever too, apparently. Hey, Lede. I'm doing well. I don't think you missed too much. Almost all of this stream has just been refactoring code. I haven't even run any code since I started refactoring. It's just task after task after task. It's not easy to follow. That doesn't look good. That definitely doesn't look good. Host install failed. What failed? Access denied. Oh, I know why this failed. Did it at least delete this? Yes. But it couldn't run post install because it's running over here. No, it's not even doing that. It's because of this. This is probably going to crash everything. Well, you win some, you lose some. Let's see if that works now. Hey, Peter. Yeah, working on Botland again. Today has gone well enough where I think it's probably worth doing this until I run out of on-stream tasks for this. Then we're going to pivot completely. And I don't know what we're going to pivot to. But I've been spending a lot of time migrating Botland. After that, maybe I'll get back to Blender. Maybe I'll just do random projects. I don't know what. Thank you, Mr. Six. Thank you. It's been a long time. Also, what a day for the stream to look like this. 40,000 dropped frames. What a day. Yeah, I know. Dropped a ton of frames. I got a ton of frames. Yeah, migrating Botland. Voice dropping a bit too. Yeah. Internet connection has been really bad. Okay, so throttle log socket error is this error on overseer socket, which I guess is never used anywhere else. Nope. Oh, wait, what? No, yeah. What am I talking about? It's not. So we delete this. me delete this. Delete this. The file is almost completely deleted. Look at this. We have 108 lines of code, of which 10 are just imports. Almost down there. So socket endpoint itself. I mean, let's get rid of create server probably. Oh, this is called in a lot of places. No, not so many. Anything interesting here? This dot server. What? What was that ever for? What was that ever for? Very confused, unless this inherited from something. It didn't. I'm very confused. What was this dot server supposed to be? Oh, right, the TCP thing. Oh, right. Where'd that go? Yeah, right there. Okay, yeah. I deleted that line, and so that's what confused me. Okay, this can all go away, right? TCP server port, is that needed? It should be gone, right? TCP server port is still there. I don't want that. What am I making today? There's always the today command you can check out. And yeah, this is a botland migration we're doing. So I guess we should delete all of these. Create server is going to be gone. This doesn't matter, so delete all of this. And that's that, right? Yep, that's that. Oh, all right. So create server is finished, right? I keep doing that. I meant this one. Well, the matchmaker also has its own version of this. But yes, in general, that's done. So we can move this up the list. Hey, Schwartz. So now these, set handshake finished, socket endpoint. I guess we delete this stuff, this whole file. So sad. It's all going away. There, it's gone. There, delete. It's finished. Why don't I use WSL? It's kind of the same as like, why don't I use a lot of other stuff? I don't see much of a need. Yeah, I don't have a command for that one. I think what I'm doing here is pretty much fine for development. And I think based on what my next job is going to be, that I will likely end up either switching to Linux or Mac. And if I do that for work, I was thinking maybe it's about time to switch personally as well. So I might do that. Man, I used to have a clothespin on my desk. I still do apparently. But I took the green screen down. The way that it works is there's this bar and you take these massive clamps and you clamp the green fabric on. So now I have 3 of these things. I feel like a Futurama character. I should just code using clamps. Hey, Tom. So what's this function? Register matchmaker. What is this? Oh, no. No. This was sent by the overseer so that the secondary would know which to connect to. Say the green screen. I'll probably still use the green screen even for streaming at some point. But yeah, a big reason why I'm not using it now is because we're having guests over next week. And it's kind of a pain to set up and take down. I actually don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Yeah. There's this very large tripod that you extend. And so I put this like right behind my chair, right? And like extend this all the way in. And then there's a piece that goes on top here, this bar out the side. And like I said, you clamp the fabric on top. The fabric that I bought is so big that I could not even fold it on my own. I needed my wife to help me out. Actually, that's in the closet. It's not worth getting. Who did I get to redesign the website? I don't know what you mean about redesign. It was only just the original design. Yeah. So that was all Funky Monkey though. I linked you the command. Okay. So this is not needed at all anymore. In fact, all of this return JSON isn't needed. Yeah, so I don't need this. Right. Yeah, promise.resolve with nothing, I guess. So if I'm deleting this whole thing, it's going to break the matchmaker. And this is in register. Which got called from... Wait, what? Registration handlers. And then just return that in register endpoint. So somewhere we're going to find where this JSON blob is used. Where is that? Not in this file, so it must be in this file. Aha! Here it is. Yeah, here it is. So we can't expect that anymore. So I deleted it. The matchmaker should no longer expect it. Yeah. And Perry, how frequently did you come to the US? Or, well, did you, I guess, before COVID? Because if you ever end up here, I'd invite you over. I'd purposely add wrinkles to my shirt. Every week I would fold it in a different way and put it under a dictionary. That'll show you. Okay, all this stuff needs to go away too. Count the number of times you visited on one hand. Oh, also, Orlan, I think I did not answer your messaging on this. So, I don't know if you saw the today command, but I have not gotten even an offer yet. So, it's probably not going to happen next week. Okay, let's see. This is used all over the place. And I believe it's also used by by the matchmaker. Okay, so we'll need to delete this when we get to here. So probably delete the whole server. All right, let's go find it. Can we delete it now? There's this one function, which hopefully is never used. Yep, it's never used. Okay, and that's it, right? That's it. So this whole thing can go away. Goodbye. All right, so we deleted it line by line until we had nothing there. Now it's gone. Now we can try linting the code. This is gonna cause a lot of errors. I also don't even know what the lint command is. It's called lint. That makes sense. All right, let's run the whole thing. Let's just spew errors at me. Oh, that's not too many. So AWS util is declared but not used. It's good that it's not used. Endpoint deserializer is assigned a value but not used. Why did we deserialize things in the past? It must have been, oh, for replication. That was it. Wow. So endpoint deserializer probably has no reason to exist. I don't see us ever using it. Yeah. Oh, that's a shame. What did this do? Class is responsible for holding all the different deserialized functions for various endpoint subclasses. That way, a particular subclass's deserialized function can be written alongside its serialized function, which is proper encapsulation. Wow. And it's never even called. Hey, Wouter. How do we search for this? I guess like this. Guess we can't search for it that way. Yeah, I don't think this is being used anymore though. All we have are dot register calls, so I think the whole thing is just not needed anymore. So sad. But the other thing I guess I don't understand. Oh, I see. I see. It was used literally here for every endpoint. Ah. All right. Time to delete. This whole file goes away. And then every reference to the file also goes away. Okay. So we don't need this anymore. All the register calls aren't needed. And then matchmaker endpoint. That can be gone too. So we just have register calls. Yep. And that means that all of these deserialized functions are no longer needed. And there was a specific one for the what? What kind of dumb thing was I thinking here? They all register the same function. I think at one point in their lifespan, maybe they differed. Hopefully they did. Otherwise, there was no reason to write this. Knowledge. I don't know about another 5 years, but who knows? So maybe if we search for endpoint dot star deserialized. No, it doesn't exist anywhere. Think about case insensitive. What are those doing? Oh, what is this? Matchmakers right there. What? What? What did I do? Endpoint. Oh, I see. This would get registered afterward. Oh, and I never deleted it from the old one. This is the whole reason why I did this. Okay. Hafu's had numbers high enough where she can stream for 10 years, though. I am trying to delete a code base. Only an orange paperclip would help me out. I haven't chosen yet, Andy. I still have to hear back from Google, and I have a feel. Oh, hey, here we go. Oh, they sent me an email. We have 2 teams that have expressed interest in you. Please take a look and let me know what you think. Okay, so I'll have to read this email later, but I guess I don't need to email them about this today. So that's good. Yeah, stream's laggy. You see the drop frames up at the top. If that number goes up, it's lag on my side for sure. I'm not gonna read it on stream. Which teams? I'll do all this stuff offline, and I'll tell you guys the result of it afterward, because I don't want to share any of this stuff just in case it happens to be private. So I'll look through team matching stuff. So this, I think I have to undo at the very least that stuff. And then if deserialize is never called for any of these, then serialize is also never needed for any of these, right? So how about we just search in this for serialize? It's never used. It's never used. Not once. Huh. So I guess we can delete that stuff, but if we're going to delete it from everything, that means we delete both of these. And then we delete them from here as well. At which point there's very little of these things are doing. Okay. When I got rid of replication, I no longer needed the endpoint deserializer. And it turns out that no endpoint was serialized at all when that was gone. Go offline for 10 minutes. No. I'm not in any like major rush. And also, a lot of how team matching works, from what I understand, is it's gotta I'm gonna have to set up calls with everybody and figure out like, do I want to work for this team and this person and this whatever else technology? And those calls are gonna take like minimally probably half an hour, probably at most like an hour and a half. And then I got to remember all the notes from the calls. I mean, I'll write them down. But I think this, whenever you do any search process that is long enough, like for example, let's say you were looking for an apartment and you went and looked at like 10 apartments. At least for me, at some point, I just completely forget, oh, what did apartment number 3 have that I liked about it? Even if I wrote it down, even if I took pictures, it's just like they all blend together. So I don't know if that same thing's going to happen here too, where I talk to, let's say, like 3, 4 teams. I could probably keep that in my head, but if I talk to like 5 or 6. So, but that's the whole point is I mean, you have to find something you like. Am I excited? Yeah, I'm excited. And just like I said, I'm not in a rush. I think being excited and being in a rush are two different things. Yeah. Okay, so we deleted this stuff. Let's keep going. So that was something that was uncovered that I would not have found myself. And then these network util, pub sub, and message types. These 3 can be deleted. Before we do that, let's look at why they can be deleted. What was network util used for? Some IP address thing? Oh, an email valid. Okay, and then pub sub was used. No, it was pub sub topics, and then message types is the last one for replication. Okay, okay. Yeah, let's delete it all. All right, now let's lint one more time. Unreachable code and endpoint monitor. Where's that? Line 218. Oh yeah, this is intentionally unreachable. We could comment it out. Yeah, I'll comment it out. Normally I delete it all, but this is something that I'm intentionally not gutting the proper way. To delete all of this would be to delete all the underlying functions. So I'll just write that down. I'm only commenting this out because I don't want to take the time to properly gut, read this because of the drop frames thing, properly gut all references from the code base. And I doubt I'll ever turn this feature on again. There we go. Will I still stream sometimes? Yeah, I cannot promise a schedule or any particular level of quality or any content, but I'll probably still stream. What I also was debating on is, does it make more sense for me to just make YouTube videos instead of stream? Like, I gain a lot from the stream for sure, but there's also a cost to streaming, and I mean, there's a cost to making YouTube videos as well. But that content might be easier for you guys to consume because I have a feeling that let's say I managed to stick to a schedule. Let's say I said Saturday at whatever, 3 p.m. Pacific time for me, which for a lot of you would be when you're already sleeping. But anyway, let's say I stuck to that schedule. How many people are actually going to show up live? Like maybe the first week it's like 80% of my normal viewership. And then it just keeps going to 80%, 80%, 80% until finally there's like 10 people watching. And at that point, it's like, I don't really think I'd even have the benefits from streaming anymore. Maybe the accountability, but a lot of what I gain is some knowledge sharing and just kind of social sanity. So that's what makes me think this is probably better suited for YouTube. And I'll just need to come up with what's actually worthwhile to do. Or maybe I stream and then I somehow turn it into a YouTube video. I don't know. Yeah. All right, let me run this one more time. We should have no errors this time around. Not getting. Oh, this actually is not done. These 3 things are assigned values that aren't used. Oh, because the Twitch API isn't needed anymore. So the whole Twitch API is just gone. 50% of the fun is interaction. Yeah. audio or is it me? I've been dropping so many frames today. I mean, really, when you're almost at 50,000 frames, that's pretty crazy. Oh, audio gets bad when linting. Oh, that's because of the of RTX voice. Yeah, sorry guys. I should have realized that. I could just turn this off. There's not a ton of noise. You'll probably hear the fan if I turn this off. All right, so now my voice should sound fine to you guys. But you might be able to hear that fan. I don't know. It's probably not annoying even if you can hear it. It's not like the air conditioner. Although chat just stopped saying things. So maybe I'm muted or something. Oh. It's only during linting anyway. Yeah. Now in landing nav, underscore was defined. Now it's not. Okay, well, technically I do have to lint one more thing, but at this point I guess it's only a couple of different packages. So let's just run lint in this particular package and then in the other one. Great, this one takes a while too. Yeah, these generally peg my CPU at like 100%. This one's not so bad. It's when I'm running all the processes at the same time that it becomes bad. I'm glad to hear I'm not muted, yeah. Well, I don't know why that's taking so long. Because, I mean, I can see that it's trying to lint everything, but even trying to lint everything, it shouldn't be taking that long. And then run the test, that was the other thing I needed to do. Yarn run test, can I just do that? These cannot all succeed as far as I know. Although I did not fully change the matchmaker yet. Maybe I won't notice the joke. What joke? I definitely did not see it. Yeah, I'll need to do this even when I do the matchmaker stuff. Let's scroll up to here. This is mostly what I was trying to do for these things. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, made some good progress here. Is it done? No, it's not done yet. So when I do this next time, lint the code, I'll say turn off RTX voice for that. Yeah. Crazy though, still dropping frames. And also the tests are taking a long time. Man, I don't remember how long these were supposed to take. So that caused a lot of failures and is probably just totally glitching the video now for you guys. This, what caused the failures here? It's just spewed like a million of them. 15 test suites failed, 168 tests failed. What did they fail with? It looked like some just generic. Oh, your password has expired. Oh, that's an easy one to fix. I wrote it down somewhere. Where is it? Password expired. AKA error, must change password login. Alright, so just set the password again. So we just do this. There. And then set password. There. And then we're done. And now we got to run all the tests again though. Oh, so much fun. Alright, all fine. Yeah, I wonder if that hit a 60-second timeout or something. I know why you're using that, Smurf. Because there's no Adam fail. So as long as these tests are running, let me ask you guys, what would you want to see out of the stream or out of YouTube videos from me? Because generally, I mean, if we think of just very high level categories, it could be something like some kind of coding, some kind of learning, some kind of gaming, some kind of music sort of thing. And with learning, I guess what I mean are things along the lines of like Blender, Rust, whatever other technologies or things you might want to see. Hey, Funky Monkey. Hey, Opie. So I don't necessarily know what I'd be doing, but I wonder what you guys would want to see. Let's see you teach how to make a WoW clone. That would be very involved. It still actually says this. Must change password login. I wonder how that happened. The only thing I can think of is that this is broken for the root user as well, which apparently we needed to do this. Try it one more time. Docker, DevOps. Yeah, okay. So just sounds like kind of just random tech stuff. Which I think would still be a natural enough fit. I think there are very few streams where I can turn on the stream and have almost no direction and still figure things out. So for example, a lot of discussion streams end up being that way. Those are pretty natural. But pretty much everything else requires some amount of plan or direction. Need to flush privs? I don't think so. I would have written it down here. Because this is, I've used this note now several times. Yeah, coding or learning, okay. Yeah. All right, so we're still hitting these issues. I should probably figure out why this is happening or where this is trying to connect. Because I didn't modify any of those files, did I? No. Oh, man. Can I read connects of null? Your password is expired. Supports expired password. I mean, this is a different error message from what I got originally. Watch you learn, which we later transformed into Adam Learn stuff? Yeah. Okay. Sounds reasonable. Hey, Chaos Cop. A server handling of expired passwords? Is this even it? Is this some like new MySQL thing where you can't use the same password multiple times? Yeah, I think this is new. Enables account password expiration. How do you turn this off? Sandbox mode. So I think this is a different error. Yeah, your password has expired. Okay, so I think this is a specific case of the regular password expired message, in that you can't reuse a password. I'm kind of just guessing. I mean, I don't want to read this entire excuse me, this entire thing. So this enables password expiration. How do you disable this? Disable password expiration. Yeah, so it sounds like if I were to do more content, it's pretty much along the lines of Adam Learns. Tackle something, come up with a small project, work toward the project. I wonder how we would do that when the streams are very infrequent. Because one of the things that was kind of nice is if you tuned in on a Monday beforehand, by Wednesday, I'd have made some progress. But now, if you tune in on Saturday, there's no guarantee of making any progress that day, and then you might have to wait another week or two. Password expired never. Okay, thank you. Let me try that out. First of all, I assume this is for... Where's our test code that we have? I assume we have... No, not this. This one. How does this connect? Overseer DB test framework. What does it connect with? I don't see credentials for this. DB test framework. Base. Base is loaded from here. Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Database user is called test user. Okay, I did not even try changing that one. I wonder if I should have. Test user. Test user localhost. Okay, let's try that out. And then just try this again. Because that's something that I guess this wouldn't even be anything different from what I had originally. Enable subs and do code reviews. Yeah, I think code reviews would be pretty interesting as well. Yeah, what about devlog type videos? The thing is, I need to have something that I'm logging. Like, I don't know if I'd have a side project at that point, and I couldn't tell you guys about a devlog from work, I think. Yeah, hey Extron. Yeah, thank you guys for the feedback. I'm reading through this. It sounds like if I do streams while working full-time, then they should probably be for Adam Learns style content. Hey, Michael. Yeah. Okay, if this caused this to work, then I'm going to search test user and see if I wrote this down at some point. Yeah, I'll just write troubleshooting. Password expired. Just make sure your troubleshooting. So we don't need this. So I'll just write AKA this. If you make sure you set the password for the right user when you do this. Because I think this is all working now. It's hard to tell yet because the first ones were always succeeding. So if we see a bunch of failures spew out here, I'm just streaming work. Someone was joking that I should stream while I'm working, but not actually my monitor. So you just see my face. Wonder how many people would watch that stream. Probably very few. Although for some of you, it would not change the experience really at all. Probably a lot of you have the stream on in the background just so there's a voice going. Although I probably wouldn't be able to talk in the same way I can talk about things now. I'm like, what does this function do? I can't say, wow, this code is dumb, or read things out loud. I hope this finishes. Have people which also work while I work on stuff, yeah. The dude who streams himself studying. Does he get a lot of views? And yeah, lack of green screen is because I'm going to have some company over next week, and I don't want this room to be bisected like it was before. I'll probably put it back up after that. Although one of the other things, if I'm ever playing a game on my computer and my wife is like, hey, I want to just like passively spend time with you, I'll always be like, hey, do you want to come over here then in this room? Because I'm playing a game on my computer and I can't move my computer. This is a desktop. And she'll be like, no, there's a green screen there. Like, we can't even see each other. It's like 30-ish? Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow, this is taking a long time. I have to guess that it's working though, right? Otherwise I would have failed already. Who knows? Maybe we can't conclude that. Oh no, I'm not trying to call you out, Venus. Although, welcome. It's totally fine to lurk. Wow, okay, I don't know what's going on. This is just not finishing. Well. I didn't even finish writing my note though, so let's copy this. Just make sure you fix the password expiration problem for test users specifically. See this troubleshooting note in the MySQL note. Still doing nothing. How to wake up a lurker. No, I'm surprised you remember about that though. What Endorn's referring to is every once in a while there were things that I would say as a streamer that would pull like 6-7 people out of lurking. And I have those things here. Yeah, I think the easiest, most obvious one is the like type 1 if blank. Like press 1 if you're happy, that sort of thing. That's pretty easy. But there were a lot of other ones that I've written down here. It's not worth telling you guys about these things. Like without fail, you'll see someone who hasn't typed something in chat before, and yep, you can see it. There's Major Advil. Never said something in chat today. All right, is this even doing anything? I don't know. Busted. Hey, it works. Proven technique. Can't fight this. All right, I'll have to look into this later. This is taking too long, and I don't think it's actually doing anything. These were failing mostly due to a password expiration issue. I needed to update the password for test user, which I did, but then the tests seemed to hang on the client test. Client cases. See, Mr. PhD as well. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, seat. Now I feel forced to write something. Do I write troubleshooting steps even for innocent mistakes? Sometimes I do. So a lot of these notes are public, so you guys can just see them. And a lot of times, like, let's look at Docker, for example. And let's look at that one, troubleshooting section. Yeah, like file didn't copy, Docker ignore doesn't seem to work, can't log in. I think this was like case-sensitive login. And I just never realized. So in my mind, that's kind of an innocent mistake. But if I ever forget this in the future, I might be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And then I come back and look at this. So yeah, I try to write it down for pretty much everything that I think will help in the future. What VS Code extension do I use for this to do? I used to do plus. Yeah, this isn't doing anything now. Well, that's fun. I definitely don't think the test used to take this long to run. And I don't know why the client test would take that long anyway. So let's just run them specifically for the overseer yarn run test. I want to see if these even work. If we run into a password issue, I at least know that I didn't fix that. If we run into any real issues, I might need to just turn off tests. I'm not even going to bother fixing them probably. I'll probably just turn them off. Then again, I don't think this is doing anything. I don't know why. Barry. Yep, well, this is doing nothing. I could maybe have them print as they're running, or use the test runner that Jest has to run a specific test. But they're just hanging for no reason. Even the overseer ones are hanging. Weird. I don't know what's going on there. Well, we have some other things I want to check in. I wanted these things to work though. But I don't think I can do another sweep or refresh. Oh, hey, they're working. Huh. They are just taking a long time. What are the periodic notifier tests doing? What are they even testing here? Oh, I hated this stuff. I wrote a decent amount of tests for this actually. But yeah, I hated this stuff. Yeah, this was a huge project. This lasted for like 4 years. I mean, it's everything you see on bot.land. So the game is very big despite not maybe seeming that way. Like the core of the gameplay is making these bots and writing scripts for them. But then there's all these other features on top. Like competitive seasons and mobile notifications, which I can't even show on here. It's only on mobile. I mean, there's all the mobile stuff too. Just tons of different things here. Okay, Jess did not exit 1 second after the test run completed. Usually means that there are asynchronous operations which weren't stopping your test. That is probably true, but it looks like the rest of these kind of worked. Yeah. But they did take a while to run. I might have broken something. Oh, alternatively, I have something called enable fast testing. Let's try that now. I forgot about that. Ooh, wait. That didn't even get EFT. There it is. That might not work. Let's try it. Fast testeroni. Hey Jesse, thank you. Yeah, so now the tests run much faster. Yeah, so I wrote this. There's still a problem at the end, but now if I run this for everything, hopefully it's a lot faster. Fast testing is so that it doesn't need to delete the entire database every single time. Most code I've played with in years is Terraform to automate everything. Did you answer the thing I said at the beginning of the stream? Oh, adding CloudWatch alarms and metrics is just not doing what I want it to. Yeah, it's rough. All right, it's still gonna hang here, isn't it? Oh well, it's worth a shot. I'll write down not to forget about fast testing. Don't forget about enable fast testing. Yeah, so all these changes, what I wanted to do is I wanted to check in just the ones that pertained to the primary secondary system. I gotta check this in. I gotta amend the last commit with this. How do I even do that? Commit staged amend. There we go. I just ignored you, I'm sorry. Oh hey, it finished. Nice. Okay, so now it's probably gonna run them all. All right, well, let's look through all of this. Replicate set account server. I didn't finish this one, huh? Nope. Well, we can just get rid of this here, right? Okay, account server handling resets. Set account server handling resets. So this can be deleted. This can be deleted. And that doesn't look good. There it is. All right, pretty reasonable. Where's this stuff? Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Goodbye. Yeah, nice. All right, did these finish yet? 475 test passing. Neat. Yeah, neat. It's just really nifty, guys. You know what I mean? I always wonder if that's how I sound when I say neat. So I think we can get rid of all of these files from here, except for maybe this one. Yeah, let's not check in that one or that one. This is fine. I do have to go through all of these though. Connection state can't be used. Game update notification. This is technically separate. Okay, let's see if we can do this. So stage selected range. Did that work? I don't even think that worked. Can I do it from here? No. I have to do it from here, but it doesn't actually do anything. No, that worked. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't work the first time. And then we also want to copy this one over. Stage selected range. Yep, that worked too. Okay, not bad. Hey Vintix, you sound neat. I'm 15 and this is neat. Alright, this is looking good. This one's fine as well. Anything in here that I gutted that I shouldn't have gutted? Oh, this is gonna take a long time to look through. Also, message type's not even used anymore. Why did that not show up in the linting issues? Oh, this task never ends. Yep, that's it. Hey, Freak Technic. Alright, so getting rid of the Twitch streams is technically not necessary for this, but probably everything else is. This is going to be all tedious to go through, but I'm going to do it anyway. No, 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 not like that. I want to unstage this range. I don't even know how you do that. Can you? Oh, okay. I didn't expect that to work. Not too shabby. Now how do we get to the rest of this? Okay, so I don't care about this. I do care about this. Stage. What about this one? Subscribe, yeah, stage that too. Gotta be very careful about this stuff. In fact, maybe it was better to stage everything and then just unstage the stuff I don't want, because there's only gonna be like 2 of those, as opposed to the 90 of these that I'm gonna have to do. Oh well, I'm invested. Set expected, okay, good. All this, replicate, 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 replicate. Yep, stage all that. Matchmaker failed. This stuff gets staged as well. This, no, we don't stage this. What about all this stuff? Yep. All right, almost done. More than halfway through the file. Yeah, we have what, 5 more of these? And they should go pretty fast because they look like they're pretty short. Yep, 3 more. 2 more. And this one. Yep, that's everything. Okay, so that should disappear. Perfect. Now what about this? Check that in. What about this? Yep, that's fine. This one is going to be questionable. It's going to be difficult and questionable. My voice is breaking up still? It shouldn't be. I'm not using my CPU for anything anymore. Yeah, it shouldn't be. I wonder if it's some other issue causing that. This is going to be too hard to split. It shouldn't be the air conditioner. I have a fan on, but that fan isn't too powerful. Let me... There. Well, hit my hand against the chair. There. Now there's no real ambient sound in this room. Nothing too loud, at least. Okay, I guess let's stage the whole thing and then disconnect. I think it's when you're staging chunks. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, that sucks. That could be it. So there's too much of this that I want to get rid of. And there's no way to do that, I think. Yeah. Have I played that? No, I haven't. Okay, I'll just say that I over committed this and that some of this won't work as a result of this. Get rid of primary, secondary, overseer. Or maybe we just don't check in any of this stuff. Yeah, maybe I just won't have any of this checked in. No, I'll do it this way. So this we want to stage, yeah. So this is going to cause some problems as I do this. So I'll just try to keep this down to 1 of these. Yeah. Is that causing my CPU to spike? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's definitely that that's doing it. Hey, Squid Fry. All right, then we check in this, and we're good. Okay, so get rid of primary, secondary, overseer. overseer. Note that overseer state.js had more code that I wanted to check in as part of this, but it was too close to another. This is kind of a too similar to doing AWS specific code that I may not have gotten all of it in this commit. So replication, connection and replication between overseers should now be unnecessary. I did not test this yet, as the matchmaker work hasn't been done. So there's guaranteed to be a failure since the contract between them changed. Yeah. I don't even think it's VS Code that's doing it underneath. I think there's some other process that's running here, although I'm not totally sure. You might be right though. All right, so this is everything there. Then we have to do the same thing with the matchmaker. Yeah. It doesn't check in who's behind, because it means that it's going to undo all of those very careful staging changes I just did. That's not going to work, is it? Oh, thank goodness. Oh, yeah, roll bottom. I should be back to normal. My CPU usage should be fine. Oh, surprisingly, it's still pretty high, actually. Oh, now it's dying down. I'll just close out of all of these things, too. There. There's no way it could be taking out all that CPU. Right? Right. Yeah, it's equalizing. Huh. All right. Well, yeah, I think we'll pick up tomorrow from here, which is gutting the primary secondary system of the matchmaker as well. The reason we're doing this, in case anyone's wondering, so that, nope, that should be impossible. Huh. Yeah, I guess it was lagging so badly that it turned off caps lock. That shouldn't be a thing that can happen. It's weird. Hang on a sec. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, the current infrastructure has these endpoints, and it has 2 of each of these. And the reason why is so that we'd have a primary and a failover. And I'm doing away with this because I don't see a reason for one VM to run 2 of these things. Before they were on different Docker, they were on different machines altogether. Now they're just all in the same physical instance. So it's like there's no real point unless the process has failed, and the processes typically don't fail. They've had an uptime of close to 3 months. So if the processes aren't going to go offline, then I don't see a reason to have 2 of these. Any plans in the near future to upgrade your PC? Yeah, so what I was saying is right now I'm currently going through the Google team matching stuff. I think Google is largely on like Mac and Linux. I don't think they use Windows too much. So what I'll probably do is end up switching to what I use for work, for even personal development. That's my guess is what I'll probably do. But I'm not positive yet. But I would probably upgrade after some time. For sure, one of the things I wanted to do is upgrade the RAM on this machine. I sometimes get pretty close to 16 gigabytes of usage. Like right now I'm at 10, 11, but I just close all those servers. When I was running VMs on top of this, I would hit 16 sometimes, and I need to be careful on what I loaded. So Mac or Linux, I don't know. I don't know what I'd use. And I don't think I'm ever going to be locked into one. I feel like I'll be kind of locked out of Windows, which I don't really mind. But I think that whatever I pick, I should just stick with and make the best of. So yeah. You get a work PC or a laptop. I'll tell you guys more about this when I actually find out the details. For now, I don't really know. So, they must give me something, and yeah, I'll have to figure out what it's gonna be. So that's it for today's stream. I want to thank you guys again for the 5 years I've been on Twitch. This stream is kind of winding down as far as being a regular thing. So for anyone who hasn't seen this, yeah, I've streamed a ton over that 5 years. But in about probably 2-3 weeks, you will see me way less frequently on Twitch. And so if you guys want to stay in touch with whatever the next moves are, do join Discord for that. Let me see if I can host somebody. And also, I apologize. This stream dropped a record number of frames here. Like, just absolutely horrendous from that point of view. All right, yeah, I'm going to go with my usual, just let Twitch pick up the hosting. It'll probably host Kitboga. So, yeah. So, see you guys. Take care.